Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about my dolls, and that's literally it. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing all 114 of my American Girl dolls. If you're wondering why, it's because when I upload this, it won't just be my 50th video. It's going to mark the 6 months of when I started my channel. So it's like the one way I could justify having such a long video, because I already know it's going to be long. Even if I didn't talk as much as I do, I have 114 dolls to show, and I'm going to give a little bit of background on each of them. I'll try not to go too long just because my goal is to get like 2 hours, under 2 hours, because 2 hours even by itself sounds like a long time. And so a couple dolls will be new or dolls I never talked about, but most of them I will have shown in other videos, and hopefully the ones I haven't shown, I will show in a future video. So if this is too long for you, I totally understand, and I will see you in another one at some point. And because it's kind of commemorating, if you want to say that, the 6 months of my channel, I'm going to start with my first batch. I'm going to start with, because there will be 17 batches if you're wondering. The first batch is going to be the first group of dolls I showed on here, which is Courtney and her world. So let me just jump in with Courtney, because as I said, I should get this moving and keep it moving. Anyway, so here's Courtney, and anybody who's seen videos where I've shown her before will already know that I've been having trouble finding like a signature look for her. Mostly because I had this pair of roller skates for her, and so the only way to find a signature look was, as I feared, ditching the roller skates. So here she is in her meet outfit mostly, and I just changed up the scrunchie that she's wearing. She's got on a few accessories, and obviously this amazing acid wash jean jacket, which as a child I would have loved to have a jacket like this, but I wasn't allowed because my mom told me it was for teenagers, meaning she didn't want to spend the money on me and my brother to have one. So that's why I grew up thinking really that this is a look that only a teenager was allowed to wear or supposed to wear. But my mom tricked me, I've realized, as an adult. So yeah, I like I said, I'm just going to move a little bit quickly. I'm not in a rush or anything. It's just I'm trying to think of things. I don't really think I have anything original to say about her. However, the next doll I'm going to show, her name is Debbie, and she's a Truly Me 100. And the last time I showed her, I was still figuring out how to get her hair to have some volume. And if her hair looks crazy, it just means you had to be there in the 80s. So here she is. And she, obviously, with wearing Courtney's Care Bear pajamas, which are now Debbie's, she lives in Courtney's bunk bed. And believe it or not, there's no hairspray in her hair. I teased it like you wouldn't believe, and it stayed. I've had it like this for a while now, and I was really worried that by the time I came to film the video, that's when it would decide to fall. But I feel like it stayed, and it looks very 80s. And trust me, you did have to be there, because people teasing up their hair, they usually did it with hairspray and taking a brush and just like literally teasing it down. But it's doll hair, so you don't need the hairspray as much as you would otherwise. And in her world, in Courtney's world, Debbie has a stepsister, so like an extended family. Oh, and one thing I should mention before I move on with the 80s dolls is I gave as many nods to the 80s as I could, in particular using 80s singers' names. So she's named after Debbie Gibson, and her stepsister, whose name is Tiffany, is named after the other singer pop singer from the 80s. They were kind of like rivals, even though I'm sure they're friends now. I see them on social media. I'm of that age that they would show up in my feed. And this is, Tiffany is Truly Me 123, 123, but I can never remember that, even though that's how I try to remember it. And she's wearing what I've decided is my favorite Courtney outfit, just because Courtney doesn't have outfits. It's so soft and snuggly that now whenever I talk about it, if I ever show it again, I'm just going to remind everybody or just tell everybody, go out and get it, because whether it's for you or your kid, if you like a snuggle doll, this is the ideal outfit to put your doll in if you do. So as I said, they're stepsisters, and her last name, so it's her dad married her mom. Her last name is Jackson, so it's Debbie Jackson and Tiffany Jackson. And Tiffany was really excited about the marriage, about their parents getting married, because she now has the same last name as her favorite singer, Janet Jackson. And when I first introduced Courtney in her world, I was a little bit shy about some of the stories that I have, so I held back a little bit, and I've just gotten worse and worse as far as like telling all my silly stories in my head. I've gotten progressively, I've become radicalized in telling all my stupid stories when I'm on here. So the Jackson sisters, Debbie and Tiffany, Maybe I'm not moving too fast. This is good. And speaking of naming dolls after singers, um, this is Truly Me 106, and her name is Stacy, and I've named her after Stacy Q because there was that one song Stacy Q had, Two of Hearts, and fond memories when I listen to all like and when I hear any songs I obviously heard when I was a kid, the nostalgia, etc. And as I mentioned, I hope I mentioned it, yeah, that there aren't a lot of Courtney outfits, they're just pieces. So when I put together Courtney's World, it was just mixing together an outfit that now has become like a signature to the other characters in her world. And so her character, Stacy, she's like a little bit of a gossip. She's not a mean girl. She just really like she knows everybody's business, and she picks and chooses who she tells it to. So she in the display, she's like sitting on the beanbag chair with the clear phone from the 80s because she's on that phone all the time telling whoever she wants to tell other people's business. She's that girl. And I think we all knew that girl. I was never that girl. I had to think about it. I was like, nope, no, I wasn't ever like that. I don't sit around and talk about other people's lives. Oh, now they're not looking at the camera. And there are only 8 in this batch, so I'm hoping I'll be able to manage it all. And the next doll I'm going to go to is Truly Me 16. Her name in my collection is Mariella. And it's like I don't need to talk much about the clothes because there's that, broad stroke generalization that everything is made up of pieces. But she does have one of my favorite, you know what? I could say that about all of them, so just scratch. No, she has one of my 8 favorite ensembles that you're going to see on the screen with this batch. And I think that's actually an honest thing to say because I love all their clothes. I love these jelly shoes that she's wearing, which is something a lot of the like I hung out with a lot of girls when I was a kid, probably obvious. And so a lot of them did wear these jelly shoes. And I don't remember plastic bangles. I remember more like rubbery, thin bangles, and then metal ones for like the teenagers, as my mom would have wanted to say. And so yeah, Mariella sits in the TV room in Courtney's world, and her favorite show is the Care Bears. But she also is a big fan of toys. So I like to surround her with toys because out of all the, I don't know, I guess they would be between 10 and 12. She doesn't care that she's a little bit grown out of toys. She loves them too much. So maybe I relate to this character. She's like, I guess we all put a little bit of ourselves, I hope, into our collections. And so that's the toy storyline is how I relate to her. And next is going to be Heather. Now this is a custom made from Truly Me 120. What I've done is I gave her brown eyes instead of the hazel eyes that she came with, and Nellie's wig. I don't have Nellie, and I bought this. I bought this on eBay because it just showed like a little bit of the hair, and I thought it was Mary Ellen's wig. And I was like, oh, I would love to have like a long ponytail wig for an 80s doll. But I put this on her, this whole getup, and she just seemed like the perfect 80s character. And her thing is makeup, so she's got a makeup kit. And I believe somebody in comments when I showed her last time thought this was a vape. It's a makeup brush. Maybe she's not holding it like a makeup brush. Maybe it should be like this. Maybe that's where I caused the confusion. So yeah, that's her thing. She's just that very girly. Oh, and she's best friends with Stacy. And I've named her Heather after Heather Leggenkamp from Friday the 13th, the first one. And her last name is Kruger. So it's Heather Kruger. Big homage to me and my love for horror movies. And I hope I don't need to explain the outfit. It's just a whole bunch of pieces put together. You buy everything separately. Repetitive, right? That's me. And okay, so I've shown Grace before many times, and I finally changed her outfit because I needed to find a quintessential outfit for Courtney, and I just was not feeling anything I've ever put her in. She may stay like that. So I had to give these roller skates that I love so much to someone. So I gave them to Grace, who, even though she's a girl of the year and not supposed to look like the 80s, from the second I saw this doll, I thought she just looked like she stepped out of like a 1980s movie. And, it's like the hair, the bangs, the way the front of her hair comes down. And I think she had this little ponytail up here, right? Because that must have been what inspired me to give her the micro braids. There was a movie, was it Ernest Goes to Camp? Where there was a girl in it who had hair like this. And I remember when I was a kid, my sister made me microbraid her hair and put all these colorful elastics in it because she loved the girl's hair in the movie. And I always played with dolls as a kid, so I loved braiding hair. I learned from My Little Ponies. So my sister would always make me braid her hair, even though I I was good at it, but I was good at it because I practiced on dolls who don't have feelings. So my poor sister, she taught me quickly that like human scalps, they have feelings, so you got to be gentle with them. So she's just again another made up outfit from Courtney's pieces, but these I guess they're kind of like leg warmers. They're not actual socks. They have an opening in the bottom, and these roller skates are from a Truly Me roller skating outfit. So even though they're perfect for the 1980s world, and Courtney really should have roller skates because it was really a big thing in the 80s to wear these colorful roller skates. She doesn't have them, so that's why when I found this outfit, sorry, not this outfit, just this part of the outfit, I was like, perfect, I'm buying it, even if I'd never used the skirt and hoodie, which I haven't yet. I don't think I will ever need to because this is all I really wanted from it. And then last on the 1980s world is a doll I've shown a lot lately, but it's okay. I'm going to treat this like its own video, even though I just said that. And his name is Zachariah. He is Truly Me 113. And I used the most boyish pieces I could take from Courtney's collection because, as we all know, American Girl doesn't release enough boy stuff, especially outfits. I mean, their name is American Girl, so I shouldn't get too bent about it. But whenever I see an opportunity to put an outfit on a boy, that's what I'm gonna do. And to me, he came together really perfectly. I really love this doll. I love all my dolls, so why am I saying that? I guess because I talked about it so much, I'm trying to think of something new to say, and I have nothing new to say about Zachariah. So without sounding like I'm speeding too much, let me just end the first batch here, and I will put them all behind me and pull out the next batch, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so a quick note before I start pulling up the dolls from the second batch. In the previous section, I said that Heather was named after Heather Langenkamp from Friday the 13th. She's from Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm pretty sure everybody who watched that was like, what? It's because Zachariah was based off of a Friday the 13th character, and my brain is just always so excited when I'm doing these videos, especially talking about my dolls, obviously. So I just wanted to clear that up for anybody who thinks I don't know horror movies and I'm a big liar and a big fraud, a big faker, a big fake fan. So now I can move on to the next batch of dolls, and I'm going to start with, this batch is going to be like a historical doll with a best friend I made them and from various dolls. So this is going to be Caroline. Wearing her meat outfit. I'm really not going to have a lot to say about her aside from the fact that her eye and hair combo, even though it shouldn't be my aesthetic, I just love her so much. I think she's so beautiful and unique, which is weird to say about a blonde and blue-eyed doll because as a child I was blonde and blue-eyed, so I never liked blonde and blue-eyed dolls. This is my diversity doll. I hope people don't hate me for saying that, but it's fine. You can correct me and I'll be better. So her best friend is Tenny, but I've put her, because the hairband is falling off. The reason I wanted her to be the best friend is so that she can hold on to the fan because of her lobster claw, her grippy hand that Tenny and Logan have, which is, I think, the main reason why I love those dolls. I wish more dolls would get those hands. I don't think they can think of another reason. But what I also love about Tenny is those light brown decal eyes. And I was able to give her a hairstyle that, I'm going to pretend I know about historical hairstyles for a second, that I think is very cute for the era because of this little curl that can come down, which is kind of random when her hair is let out. So she actually looks better like this, in my opinion. Not that I'm biased as the person who like styled her this way. So they're best friends in my collection. Because I don't even think Caroline has a best friend in her story, even though I give dolls fake best friends when they have them in their story. And next, I'm going to show Kit. Is this a photography outfit? Oh no. So I recently showed a video of all the historical dolls and wearing my favorite outfit from them. And this is near the top of the list, but there's a reason why she's not wearing my actual favorite. So I don't have much to say about this other than she looks really cute with the big bow in her hair. And I've never read her story, so I feel like she would have a sort of a tomboy character, but some of her outfits, because her outfits kind of like flip-flop between being very girly and very like tomboy. And then speaking of her tomboy, one of her tomboy outfits, I can now explain why she's not wearing it. But before I do, I showed this doll in another video very recently when I talked about all my boy dolls. And before I showed him, I had to give a jump scare warning because I customized him after I gave a much longer explanation than that. But ultimately, I took his eyes out to clean him. And they were so gummy that I couldn't get them back in his head. So I was playing with like getting other parts of pieces in his eyes, and he looked like something from a horror movie. Village of the Damned to be specific, but you could just pick a doll horror movie or kid horror movie. And now I fought and I fought and I fought to get a pair of eyes in him. And instead of giving us a jump scare warning, I'm giving a cuteness overload warning because so I think that, so to explain, I wanted to get his this doll is a God's little sister doll. Let me turn him around now, actually. I've given you a fair warning. Prepare for the cuteness. Okay, so this is Sterling. And lots of people do custom Sterling dolls. But the thing is, I chose this particular doll. It's a God's little sister doll because that doll, along with having a closed mouth and this is the squishy vinyl from like Pleasant Company days, which I love. But I chose this particular character named Kate because she, when she was a she, had gray eyes like Sterling's character description. So when I couldn't save the gray eyes, I put in the lightest blue eyes I had, which were customized because I hoped they would look gray. And I was I'm so stubborn when I get an idea in my head. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to change his eye color and then I'll figure out a new place in my collection for him because I had to fix him because I went through a lot to clean up this doll in the first place. And then I put these eyes in and I was like, you know what? I'm trying the outfit on him. That's why I bought this outfit, to make it a Sterling character. I know he doesn't wear this in the books or any illustrations, and the customs don't wear this, but I wanted it for him. Because I still want him to feel like he's part of her world, wardrobe-wise, as in like what they released. And honestly, have you ever seen, can I get him close enough to show how cute he is? I'm so glad I risked my thumbs to get his eyes back in because wow, what a difference. And I was so sad, even though anyway, that doesn't matter anymore. He's who he's meant to be. He's just Sterling with blue eyes, deep blue eyes instead of gray eyes. And something I didn't mention with those Gott's little sister dolls is their legs are so weird. If there's another YouTuber named Alex a Collector, if he hadn't told me that the Gott's little sisters dolls are pigeon-toed, I would have thought there was something wrong with mine. But they have this like extreme stand where their legs go in. Maybe they're meant to sit, I don't know. So he needs a doll stand if you want him to look anything but like this. And it's cute, don't get me wrong, but I don't see that you know what, maybe his character is because he's kind of like shy or whatever, according to what I read in his description. Not read the book. Anyway, so I just wanted to give that little shout out, that little warning too, that he doesn't stand correctly. And that's by design. I don't know what the design was. Maybe this is it. That's my guess. But I gave him enough of a spotlight because look how cute, right? I hope I can think of a reason to show him again soon. Oh, I did him dirty in that last video. Now I'll move on to a historical doll I love so much. And I never thought I would have her. I got her back in her meat outfit because, well, it's her most iconic outfit, and I already showed her in my favorite outfit recently, her summer outfit. So that means I don't have much to say about her just because, you know, I've talked about her pretty recently, a couple times actually. And so this is just to show off her beautiful eyes. And if this dress looks cheap on camera, I just want you to know that in person, it feels something about it. It does not look as like polyester-y, or sorry, in person it doesn't feel or look as polyester as it does in pictures and on camera. And there's like some like velveteen going around the band and up here. So she does feel a lot more luxurious in person. If anybody else felt the way I did, but maybe people could tell. Maybe people are better at like discerning fabrics when they see dolls in pictures. And the doll I made as her sort of companion doesn't make a lot of sense, but I don't care because I love the doll so much and I love the way she turned out. So I'm not going to change her name. Her name is Octavia, which is Cecile. Did I say her name was Cecile? You know who Cecile is. Her aunt's name in the series, in the books, is Octavia. And this doll, who is obviously the same age as Cecile, has the name of her aunt. So maybe that doesn't make a lot of sense, but I don't care. I love the name. It suits her so much. I love her. I'm confirmed she was a Truly Me 67. I bought her D-wig, so I wasn't totally sure because a couple Sonali mold dolls look like this. And I put Claudie's wig on her because I love this wig so much. It's just like got this like bouncy Shirley Temple quality. It's so kind of timeless, but also historical looking at the same time. Like I feel like this fit in with 1920s perfectly. It fits in with her 1800s. What is it, 1813? No, don't, that's Caroline's year. I don't know these years. Why am I trying to pretend? Anyway, so I bought the doll with no wig, and I just knew because I had this outfit, this handmade outfit. I don't know who made it. I bought it from someone, and they sold it. I think they had it on a Cecile doll because it suits her period, her era, and came with the boots. So just love this doll, and I've shown her once more. Still not enough because she is so cute. Very proud of her. And next, moving along, is Melody in an outfit I haven't shown her in before. An outfit I didn't want to put her in until the holidays, but there's a reason I put her in this. Not just because it's so cute, and she's cute no matter what. I love her entire wardrobe. But this is a very, I kind of wish I had saved it for the holidays to be like really wowed like myself. But still, she looks so cute, and I had no choice just because. I'm not trying to flash through Melody's story, but I have her best friend to share. Her best friend is Parker. Whoop. Yeah, it's getting tight up here. So she is American Girl of the Year 12. So this is meaning the old version, the original version of Truly Me 12. So she's got the soft, squishy Pleasant Company vinyl, and she is just so flawless. This is definitely one of my top 10 dolls. But you know what, if I say that throughout the video to all my top 10 dolls, they'll probably end up being like 25. Who am I kidding? But I just love her. She's got such a unique face. I guess it's because she's the only American Girl of Today. Did I say American Girl of the Year? American Girl of Today I have so far. And so I put her in this Truly Me, what is it called? I think it's called the velvet dress outfit. And then I added Samantha's muff and hat because I thought this was like a perfect 60s kind of look. And even like, it's so similar to Melody's outfit. I think that's what inspired me to put her in the 60s world and to put them together. And eventually I'll put them in another outfit they'll share Melody's wardrobe. I hope that's not like a terrible thing to do. But yep, that's my second batch of 7. So this brings me up to 16 dolls. I'm not going to do this every time because it's going to be hard to keep count, but we'll keep going. See you in a second. Okay, so moving along to the first contemporary batch that I've got to share, and this one's not a very big one, so it should be pretty quick. This is what I consider my community center dolls because in my display, they kind of go down a line that are different community center displays. And in the actual community center is Maritza, who I haven't really talked about her very much because I haven't done a video that would really center around her. It's unfortunate because she's not just, my favorite sculpt outside of Claudie. She is, I think she would probably be my favorite because of the way she looks, like the dark hair. She's got like a little bit of attitude in her face, which I like. And the one thing I don't love about Maritza is her meat outfit. So when this doll was being sold, somebody in a Facebook group, a Canadian Facebook group for American Girl dolls, she was selling this doll after she sold out late last fall. Her price just skyrocketed because now all of a sudden everyone wanted her. I among them. But I was like, I'm not going to pay those aftermarket prices. I don't need to have every doll yet. I've probably since changed my mind a little bit. And so somebody was selling her locally within my province. I'm Canadian. And she was selling her without her meat outfit, so no clothes. And she was selling her for so cheap. Like, I felt kind of bad buying the doll because I was like, maybe she doesn't know the value right now. But I mean, I'm not buying her to turn a profit. I just really wanted her. And I had this sage outfit, which is, this is my favorite sage outfit. So I don't, combining my favorite Joss doll and my favorite sage outfit was like the perfect combo. Because like I said, I don't love that outfit or her plastic accessories like her jacket. And in case anybody, I don't know if I got it close enough to show that she's got really like a really unique hair color. It's like dark brown with all these like reds and just like all these highlights in it that make her look very unique from all the other dolls. And I don't know. I don't feel like I don't have another skin. You know what it is? I was about to say she has a very unique skin tone, but the truth is, all my dolls kind of have a unique skin tone because it just depends on the batch. So I have to remind myself that when I want to say stupid things like she's got a unique skin tone. She probably doesn't. So I might as well show her the girl who shares her scene, her display, and that's McKenna. Or, you know what? There's a McKenna and there's a McKenna. I don't know who's who. She's probably McKenna because I said it. If I said it McKenna, the chances are I was wrong. And she's just wearing her meat outfit minus a couple of her butterfly clips because I gave them to another doll who needed them more. With these shoes that came out this year, the vinyl with a chain and the fuchsia soles, because I love them. And I don't like her meat shoes because they're just like plastic, like boring plastic shoes. And even though it's mixing, what would you call this? I don't know if texture is the right word because these are shiny and her jacket's like matte, but I like it. So I don't care that she's got silver chains with all that gold. I don't know how to match, so I don't need to. Anyway, so I love, I mean, there are only 2 dolls of this mold so far, and I really can't wait to see more because I wonder how much I would love the mold if we got to see like a different variation, like in the skin tones, because she's a little bit darker than the Truly Me, but I mean, not enough that you feel a very strong variation. The hair is quite different, so I don't know. Anytime there's a little variation, I'm like, oh yeah, that's enough of an excuse to buy another doll. So I appreciate the little things. And I guess the next set of community center dolls, they would be like in the gymnasium or the auditorium or whatever, the gym, yeah. So because she's a gymnast, so she would be utilizing the community center for that part. She is, what's her name? Kylie, sorry. I know her name. I was trying to look up her Truly Me number. I have to write them all down because I just can never ever remember. She's Truly Me 110, and I just gave her some of Lila's gymnastic outfit pieces, and they're all over the place. So these might even be her meat shoes, actually. So yeah, she's just got a lot of Lila stuff because I liked a lot of Lila's collection, but not enough to want more than one Lila. Because of the orange and the pink, I love those colors together. And so I was just like, what dolls can I get to wear these outfits? So she was somebody who I got after I got Lila and Lila's collection. And with her, I wanted to have like a best friend who is another Truly Me doll, Truly Me 109, but I gave her the 80 wig because I loved the doll herself, like the way the gray eyes really popped against her 35 skin tone, so she's got the darkest skin tone, and the textured wig from 80. And I've named her Darshini. It's a Telugu name because that's the background of her character. She's a yogi in the community center. Well, I don't know if she's a yogi as in she teaches yoga, but she at least is into yoga. No, she teaches it. She's a yogi. Let's go with that. But I guess I haven't really thought about that much. But they're best friends in my display, and I do have a lot of best friends in my display, but the last doll I'm about to bring up doesn't. Poor thing, right? And she is Truly Me 121, another Joss mold doll, and her name is Efrat. I named her after a friend I had when I was younger, but it would be a really long story if I wanted to explain it in a video that's probably going to be around 2 hours. So maybe one day I'll do like a video with all my Joss mold dolls because I really love this mold, sorry. And so she's wearing, again, more of Lila's clothes with like Truly Me shoes and accessories. And she's in the community center at the table. She's making buttons, some like diversity inclusion buttons because that's her vibe. That's her identity. And yeah, she's just a beautiful doll. I've never had a video that I would be able to talk about her in. So here's the first time I'm really talking about her. I shouldn't say much because there's too much to say. So anyway, so yes, this is my community center dolls, and I will get with, what is this, batch 3. So I'll go with you with batch 4 in a minute. I almost forgot how to count. Okay, this next batch of dolls is a girl and her world I've already featured, but it's been long enough that there have already been a couple upgrades to her collection. So, you know, it's worth it to show them all together now. And it's Julie's world. One upgrade I already got, this is Be Forever Julie, and I have since, after showing the video and showing her a couple times, she now has her historical proper meat outfit, not the Be Forever one. And it's just Why? Why won't they get rid of that Be Forever outfit? They've re-released her in that stupid, ugly outfit when they could have brought this back, which I'm sure everybody would want. But alas, I had to buy it on the secondary market. Worth it. And it's just a little bit beat up because it's old. Like the accessories are a little bit, I like to say, moth-eaten because she's from the 1970s. And that's all I have to say about her specifically for now. And as I mentioned, she has like a world in my collection, which means there are other dolls I've inserted into Julie's world rather than basing it around dolls in her book, because I don't read the books. And I'll start with her, who I've made her cousin, Yvette. And as like, I've still kept the same name. So it's Yvette Peters, and I've given her Julie's pinball outfit. She sits in what would really be Julie's room because I've given her Julie's egg chair and all that stuff. But for me, it's Yvette's room because I really do love this doll. And before I bought her back in the day when I didn't think I would have this many dolls. So I wanted like an excuse to buy her because I liked her. And I thought she would fit really well with Julie with her hair if I just styled it a little bit differently and, gave her a little bit of a story because, if nowadays I just buy whatever doll I want. I'm like, I'll figure it out. But back then, back in like last year is when I really needed to justify buying dolls. So here's Julie's cousin, Yvette. And she won't be alone because she has other family members too. I'm sure most of you who are watching this have probably seen it. So now moving on to the biggest upgrade I've had to Julie's collection since sharing her world back when my channel was pretty new. So now I have Ivy, and I've had her for a while. Wait, what's a while? What month are we in? So 3 months. But like enough that so that's half the life of my channel. And that means I've shown her a few times already, but I can't show her enough. Like she is so cute. And I know people keep thinking she's coming back. She could, you never know, like keep hope alive, because if she does come back, she is the ultimate like best friend doll in my eyes. Like, I don't know if she's actually the only historical real best friend I have, as in like I've made best friends for historicals, but she's the official one. And I just love her meat outfit. I love her dark brown decal eyes, which I didn't know until shortly after I got her she had. I don't even think I realized they were decal eyes until I got her. Claudie has them and Samantha has them, but I think at the time when I got her, I only had Claudie at that time, and I just always thought, wow, I love Claudie's eyes. There's something there's just like this particular sparkle in them that no other brown-eyed doll has, and now I know why, because she's got the decal eyes. We need more decal eyes, not just light brown and dark brown and the bright green. I don't know, I didn't mean to talk so much about eyes, but look how cute she is. I love her meat outfit, I love her accessories, and I bought her locally. Somebody was selling her, when I say complete, she was from the doll hospital, so the person who had bought her was able to send her in and get her renewed. And even in the listing, she said she didn't know where the head came from. But so at first I was like, is she really Ivy, or is she like did somebody customize her? But no, it's Ivy. I've like compared her to so many pictures because I'm like, it's too good to be true. But anyway, this is my Ivy, and I love her very much. And so back to what I was saying about her not being alone, she has a family member. So this is her brother, a CYO doll named Blaine. And if you're looking at my channel name, Disblaine, yes, Blaine is my name, and DIS is like giving myself a Disney prefix because I'm a lifelong Disney fan. But I didn't name this doll after myself on purpose, so he's not a mini-me by any means. It's just, it was the name I accidentally gave him, thinking I was supposed to put my name on the box, and I'm fine with it. I don't really need a particular, I don't feel a need for a mini-me. And I was named in the 70s. My mom picked up my name in the 1970s, so I think it's okay. It must have been a 1970s name. So there, I kind of designed him in the CYO shop. I picked out his features to look a little bit like her. But because like I already mentioned, I love the decal eyes. I gave him the light brown decal eyes to go with her gray eyes, because if I could have chosen her eyes, they would be light brown too. So now these are both Julie's cousins. They're brother and sister, her cousin. And yes, they're biracial. So Peters, I don't even know. I was about to call her Julie Andrews. So they don't have the same last name because it's their dad their sisters are moms, if you really care. And what I was saying earlier about Ivy being new to my Julie world, I didn't want to give Julie a best friend because I didn't really think I would ever be able to have Ivy one day, but I just kept that, that opportunity open. So I didn't make Julie a best friend. I made her a rival, a character who is also good at basketball and pinball and just like a popular girl. So they're rivals, and her name is Blossom Daniels. And I made her from a Truly Me 80 with a wig that I bought off Etsy. And I bought it, when did I buy it? This is the first custom I ever made. So I bought her new Truly Me 80, and I had watched all these tutorials on how to remove a wig, and I was so nervous. And I got lucky because it was an older Truly Me 80 in the store. And so I was able to find like, I didn't have to, because I did not want to remove heads yet. So I was able to like just find a weak spot under the wig band and just rip it all out with my bare hands. And so that was like the slippery slope, because I've made so many customs since then. And she's my proudest because she was my first, and I just think she came together so nicely, and she fits perfectly. Obviously, she fits perfectly into this world. She's wearing like a mix of her outfits, and like I said, they're not like, she's not a mean girl by any means. It's just they're both really good at stuff, so that's why they're rivals. But she's not a villain. She is just, we're all the main character, the hero of our own stories, and anybody opposing us is the villain. But she's, if anything, Julie's probably the villain. At least that's what Blossom thinks, and I think that's legit. So yes, let me move on. This is the 5th batch, right? 5th batch. So now oh no. Oh my God, I almost forgot. I forgot. I get so excited to talk about Blossom that I forgot all about his best friend. So this is Antoine. He's a 77. I want to bring him close because I have 3 77 dolls. He's the first one I've shown so far. And to differentiate them, to give them a little bit of variation, he's got gray eyes. So it was not intentional that he has Blaine's sister's eye color, but I do think it makes them kind of pop in their own way. And I should have known that a doll was missing because you could still see me. Okay, so now I'm really done with batch number 5. No, batch number 4. This is going to be 2 hours of this, so just be prepared. You should know by now if you've seen any of my other videos. See you in a second. So on to my second contemporary batch. The theme, because I'm trying to like put them all together as cohesive little batches, little groups. This one is my group of dolls who are not displayed together, but they're all a little bit country. And one thing I want to say about country is my family's from the east coast of Canada, a maritime province. So I grew up being tormented by their love for country music. And I mean tormented, because I hated country music growing up. I don't like hate it now. I'm never going to be into country music. If anything, it'll be a little bit nostalgic. But this is one thing I like to have about my dolls is they're not necessarily, so some of them are like my self-imposed on them, and some are like almost like, oh, I hated that, and now I'm facing my fear or facing my trauma. So that's what I wanted to say. I've actually wanted to say that for a while, to anybody who loves country music, there's nothing wrong with it. We all love different things, for the record. But when you're a kid growing up and forced, it's like shoved down your throat, and you don't like it, it's not pleasant. So let me just get one. Let me get Jericho out of the way, because I've shown him. Honestly, he's new. For a doll I've only had for like, I don't know, a month. I think he's been in like every video ever since I got him. And it's just a fluke that everything I've been showing has required his presence. So let me talk to the people. What I mean is, every time I say, oh, I'm not going to mention that in my video because I've said it so many times, I will skip something, and then somebody in the comments will be like, what's that? So he's a CYO doll. He's wearing a Maple Leaf outfit, classic cowgirl. And Maple Leaf is Canada's answer to American Girl. They also call it Canadian Girl. And even so, the clothes their bodies are a little bit different. They're 18-inch dolls, obviously, but they are lankier. So they'll have the Canadian Girls, Maple Leaf dolls, they have longer, slimmer limbs and longer, narrower feet. So it's a little bit of a guessing game, some hypothesis or educated guesses. So as you can see, the boots, they can, if it's not to your taste, just letting you see how they can look like, instead of cowboy boots, they're cowboy boats. But I don't mind. I like it on him. I love this outfit. I bought this doll, like I based it around putting him in this outfit. So anyway, this is Jericho, CYO. He has 2 sisters who are going to come up in a minute. But before I get to them, I want to jump to my next country doll, whose name is Macy. She's a Sonali mold, Truly Me. What is she? Truly Me 112. And I just love this doll. I feel like I feel like she's a doll I don't see too much of, even though anytime I hear any mention of her, it's just with love. Like, people love her. I guess you know what it is, actually, now that I'm saying it out loud. She has the newer Sonali mold, which is what is it? The eyes are more sunken, the nose is more defined, and this one, my particular 112, that's what I said, right? 112. She's very new mold, as in like her eyes are so sunken they're almost crossed. But I think it's endearing. I love it. I just love everything about this doll. And she's wearing one of Tenny's outfits because she's in what I would in my collection is a country singing duo. She sings, and her duo partner, who will come up in a minute, also like sings back up and plays guitar. But she's got like a bluesy country voice, very raspy. She's named sort of jokingly or as an affectionate nod toward Macy Gray, who was a singer in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I think that's all I need to say about her. But cute, right? I just feel like, where's 112's love? So next I'll bring up his sister named... So I know her name is Starla. Whenever I'm saying named, it's because I'm trying to like look for the number. And I know their names. I know her name is Starla. But her truly me number is... I'm trying to buy myself time. It's 102. After all that, it wasn't even enough. Anyway, this is a classic mold. I didn't love the classic mold for the longest time. But even before it grew on me, there was something about this doll that I really loved. This Truly Me 102. That's what I said, right? I can't even remember 2 seconds later. I'm like a bird brain. So I loved this doll from the beginning, but because she was classic mold, I was like, ew, no, don't buy any classic mold dolls. You already have like 3 of them. Now I have like 30, but that's beside the point. I want it. So because she's got the strawberry blonde hair, that's why the doll is kind of based on the aesthetics of her. And she's also wearing a Maple Leaf outfit with, I think these came from the Western Chic outfit, these boots down here, because this outfit didn't come with shoes. And so I was like, I'm sure I have something in my collection. And it just, the fuchsia hot pink, whatever you call it, it really tied together the belt and the string around the hat. So I was like, it's perfect. I have a reason to wear these boots. So that's Starla, Truly Me, not 112, 102. Did I call her 112? Anyway, you probably know her number, and I don't even need to say the numbers, but I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to be as unprofessional as possible, to forget every single number before I bring it up. Anyway, on to her duet partner. Her name is Tawny, because I originally had her in a Tenny outfit, and I didn't want Tenny in the beginning because she was a classic mold doll back when I said no classic mold dolls. And she's Truly Me 115, so she's the Marie Grace mold. And she's currently wearing a camping outfit because there's another doll here who normally wears this, but I put her in another outfit for the meantime. And I don't have too many dolls of this sculpt, this mold. And I just got her because she was different. You know, I know everybody compared her, I believe they compared her to Taylor Swift. And I like the idea of them being like kind of based on singers. But her name is not based on Taylor Swift. It's based on Tenny. And one day I'll put her back in the outfit. This is it, spotlight outfit, Tenny's spotlight outfit. But for now, I like her in this. So now back to the ranch family, the cowboy family. This is Truly Me 33, Brienne. And not only is she wearing a Maple Leaf outfit, I named her after the Maple Leaf doll this outfit was made for. So she's the original version of this doll here, because for a minute there, Truly Me was just American Girl was just taking the old Truly Me dolls and updating them with different eyebrows and then painting on the eyelashes. So this is the one who doesn't have eyelashes, so I consider her the younger sister, and I gave her the stick-on braces from the CYO dolls just to enhance her youngness. And so this is the entire Feldman family. And they're on a display together like they're in a ranch. How do I have so little room when I still have like 2 more dolls to show? Anyway, so next up would be Evangeline. Goes by Evan for short. She is Truly Me 106, but I've given her another American Girl doll wig, but I don't know which wig it is. I can't say for sure because I bought it in a lot of wigs, and my AC is blaring because it's really hot in here, and that's why her wig is just blowing all around. Sorry about that, but it's a long video. I've got all these lights on, so you're just gonna see a lot of like what looks like ghosts moving around. It's just the AC. I don't have a lot to say about her. The doll who, so they have a cousin in my storyline who is usually, it's her best friend. And so she's been sitting in her display alone for a long time now, for quite a while, maybe a month, which is a long time in doll time. So I have to change her out of her. Soon I'm gonna have to put her back in with her best friend. And that's the doll I'm bringing up next. So this is my last country doll. Her name is Cheyenne, and she's a CYO. She's wearing, it's kind of a mix and match. So she's wearing a maple-y, the boots, top, hat are maple-y. These are Nikki's chaps, and I don't even remember what jeans she's wearing. Probably off-brand by the feel of them. Not that's not a read. Like, it's fine. I like off-brand, but that's all. That's just my. That's the case. So she is, as I said, her best friend. They're in like a camping scene together, somewhere in the country. I picture like, you know, one of the Southern American states. And I need to change her back into her outfit so they can get back together. She doesn't need to visit her cousins anymore. And now that's the end of batch 5. And so let me get them out of here and get to batch 6. So the next batch is kind of a strange one because the only theme that I have with them is that I display them in my window. And my window display changes pretty often, not just seasonally, but like if I get a new doll, I'm like, oh, because it's right to the left of me where I sit. So I'm like, oh, I just want to be able to see them right now all the time. And so these are the 6 dolls who I currently have in my window. And the first one is very often in my window because she is such a special doll. Her name is Choi Hung. She is Truly Me 4, the easiest doll number to remember. And I just want to give, I haven't said this in a while, I don't think, because I don't think I've shown her in a while. But it's funny that she's Truly Me 4 because she's East Asian coded, and I have said this before. And American Girl has treated her as Chinese, like putting her in a Chinese Lunar New Year outfit. And 4 is a bad luck number in Chinese culture because the word for it in, I don't know if it's Cantonese and Mandarin, but in Chinese, the word is the same as death, but in a different tone. So it's like, why of all the numbers, it's almost like they must have known. Like they did it on purpose. But I guess that's just the thing. People don't know these things unless you have somebody in your life to tell you. So yeah, it's really funny that her number is Truly Me 4. But anyway, she's the Mattel version, so she doesn't have the pie bangs. And before I was always happy with that because I don't love the pie bangs. But now that I know there's like an older version where she's got the softer, squishier vinyl, I'm like, do I need a girl of today for? She's really expensive, but still, it's just, you know, food for thought. It could happen one day. So that's my Choi Hung doll. Oh, and Choi Hung is Cantonese for rainbow, which is my best friend's mother's name, Choi Hung, and then in English she goes by Rainbow because it's such a cute name. Why would she choose an English name? Sorry if that doesn't make any sense. When Chinese people or East Asian people, when they move to North America or English speaking country, they usually choose an English name, and my best friend's mom didn't because her name is so cute. And next I'm going to move into another Truly Me doll, but she's a somewhat custom because she's she's one of the dolls that doesn't have a wig, so you can do whatever you want with her. I'm assuming that's why they would make bald dolls. And she is Truly Me 71, medium skin tone bald doll. I've named her Lupe. And this is her like default meat outfit, but I do change her a lot too. And she's the one who wears when it's the season, she wears the Day of the Dead outfit. Dia de los Muertos. I'm close enough that you might know what I tried to say, but I went really quiet because I got embarrassed. But anyway, so I have a brother character in my storyline, but they're never displayed together. It's like they both have separate lives, but they're brother and sister, 2 Mexican dolls. And moving on next, a new doll who it's maybe 4-5 videos ago at the most. When I got her on the Amazon Prime deals. She's Truly Me 108, and my purpose for buying her was to wig swap her with another doll I got. And I'm glad I didn't. I was about to attempt to do it on camera when I unboxed them, but I'm really glad I didn't, because after having them both like sit around, because I also have Truly Me 82. You'll see her later, and it's basically the older version of her. So I thought, oh, I don't need 108 as well, but she's so different. She's so, there's something kind of, I don't know, there's something really beautiful, special, whatever. I'm gonna say that about a lot of dolls, so take everything, every time I'm praising a doll, take it with a grain of salt. I just love my dolls. And so I was like, oh, her wig is so nice. She looks so different from 82, so different. And so I just decided to keep her this way, and her name is now Serena. And this is her outfit for now. She's got, I got a clothing lot a long time ago, and I just realized it came with Grace's bracelet, her charm bracelet, which is like so amazing. I didn't even know that was in there. So anyway, somebody had to wear it as soon as I realized I had it. So it's like, okay, it's going to suit her, because I decided it suits her. She's wearing some Western chic, country chic, I don't know. I thought that the character who wore this would go into Joss's world. Joss, the girl of the year. Her world will come up eventually in this video. But I don't know. For now, she's a window doll, because I need to look at her all the time. She's so pretty, right? These glasses, if you're wondering, they came with the Celebrity Chic outfit, which is one of the Truly Me releases that came out in February of this year. Who's next? Because otherwise I'll just keep staring at her and not shut up about her. Okay, this is another doll I might never shut up about. Meaning I've had her in so many videos, but I don't care, because she is my favorite doll. Her name is Deepika Trivedi. She's the limited edition Jasmine, but I didn't buy her to be Jasmine, because there was just, to me, and sorry, I've said this so many times, but she doesn't scream Jasmine to me. She just, like, is so beautiful, though. I love everything about the doll. Okay, the one thing I don't love is newer Sonali mold dolls. Their eyes are uneven, so it's almost like they're like the way they're inserted. You'll see like more white under one eye than the other. And after how much I spent on her and what I had to go through to get her, I couldn't leave her that way. So I put a little bit of double tape on this eye so it doesn't move. So like if I lay her back, can you see? She like winks. She won't go to sleep because I had to like double side tape. But maybe one day, if it really bothers me enough, now that I'm confident and comfortable in removing heads and shifting eyes around, I might just fix her eye one day. Just like move it, because it shouldn't be this way. You're spending, what was she, 350 US on USD for a limited edition doll. She should be perfect. Like, they need to fix the eye placement of the new Sonali molds, because it's just, I don't like to complain, but so like I'll just fix it. But now that I'm talking about it, it's like, yeah, they should really fix that. So another reason I bought her is because I wanted to have like an international girl section in my American Girl collection. So she's from India. My partner's from India. So I wanted her to represent him, just a gender swap version. And in a minute, I'll show you the Canada doll. I've shown her also many, many times. But before I get there, I wanted to show a doll I'm so excited about, because I showed her also in this, oh, I didn't put the doll stand on her correctly. I showed her in she's also from my Amazon Prime deals, and I'm just trying to fix her skirt. Okay, you know what? Hopefully it doesn't look that bad forward. Okay, it's fine. So this was, or I mean, it still is technically, Truly Me 119. So she's the Nenea mold doll that had the blue and purple colorful wig. So I gave her another Truly Me wig that came in the same lot as the Evangeline Evan doll I showed in the last section, where I don't know what wig it came from, but it's American Girl wig, so it sits perfectly on them. And so she's wearing the Celebrity Chic outfit that came with these sunglasses, but because I liked the way her blue eyes pop against like the outfit and the wig, I didn't want her eyes to be covered. And another thing that's changed since the video is I put on this like gold chain necklace and earrings that go with the chain of around the shoes. And they came from an Integrity Toys doll outfit, and I have Integrity Toy stuff all over the place. I have all these drawers and cupboards and everything for all my dolls, because I've throughout my life collected a lot of things, and some things just kind of stick around even though I don't collect anymore. You know, just in case for like purposes like this. So I went digging for the earrings and the necklace, because this necklace is actually a belt for an Integrity Toys doll. It's not meant to be worn this way, but I was like, I can make that a necklace. It'd be perfect. And I couldn't find it, so I was digging through everything. So much that I like tore apart my hand going through a cupboard. So luckily nobody, I was wearing a Band-Aid on my hand because it looked grotesque for about a week there while the skin was growing back. But what I have to say is it looks so good, it was worth literally losing my skin over. So that's why I'm telling that long, weird story, because I just wanted to say, like, she looks so good. Oh, and I didn't even tell you her name. Her name is Alessia Goulding. And the reason I wanted her to have the initials AG, because I don't want it to be that she's wearing an American Girl jacket. I want it to be her jacket. So she's wearing her initials. And there's a Canadian singer named Alessia Cara. So I wanted to give her the first name Alessia because the last doll I'm about to show is a Canadian doll named Cara. So they're kind of like, like I said, I like to shove in things about my life, and being a Canadian singer, I wanted to include her too. So yeah, last look at Alessia Goulding. Love the way she turned out. And this jacket is so stiff. I was really hoping that it would kind of soften over time so that she's not standing kind of like with her arms out. But if anything, I feel like it's stiffer than when I opened it. Not that I'm mad. She can stand like this. She's still perfect in my eyes. So the last doll of this batch from my window dolls, as I said, is Cara Roberts. I hope her hat's on straight. Sorry, as I'm moving these dolls around, they get a little crunched up. So anyway, she's another doll wearing Maple Leaf clothes, and she is truly me 125. I should definitely know her number now, because she's another doll I've shown in like 8 videos, probably more actually. This is my 50th video, right? So she's wearing head to thigh Maple Leaf, and then she's wearing American Girl, sort of Birkenstocky kind of shoes, because I don't love the way open toe shoes. She's like a Birkenstock kind of girl, if you know what I'm saying. And if you don't know what I'm saying, she really likes Deepika because she's Canadian. So this doll represents me, as in like from my country, Canada, and Deepika represents India, my partner. So Cara really likes Deepika is what I'm saying. And now this is, what batch is this? 6. So I'm not even halfway through. Hang in there, we're getting there. Okay, so for this next batch, I need to make a confession. People out there probably don't know this, but I am obsessed with Claudie. She was the first American Girl doll I ever had, and I'm a Princess Tiana collector, so for whatever the time period was that I had her only, she represented Tiana in my collection. So this whole batch is going to be Claudie herself, because I have, I think, 10 Claudie dolls. So here she is, first of all, in her like amazing, priceless meat outfit. She's got her accessories, as well as what else did I give her? She's got the mirror from her CJ Walker set, her accessory set, and everything about this doll is just perfection. I wouldn't change anything, anything, except maybe more outfits. I guess that doesn't mean I wouldn't change anything. But wait, you know what? I probably wouldn't change more outfits, because I honestly need a Claudie doll for every outfit. And I know I've learned since starting this channel that there are many collectors who do the same thing with their favorite historical doll. So maybe I am better off that she only has, what is it, like 5 maybe official outfits? 6. No, 5. And then like, what are those other things called? The Harlem's Fashion Row Harlem's Fashion Row outfits that are just inspired by Claudie. And I do have dolls for those too, so I will get to the first one now. So anyway, I don't know if I need to say anything more about her meat outfit other than sheer perfection, like every doll I'm about to pull out. This is the Jazzy Flapper, and nope, this is the sparkly shirt and fur trim top. And that's the other weird thing about her Harlem outfits, is they're not outfits. They just have their names are descriptions. And yes, you'll notice that her shoes are not the original ones. I have that up with her Christmas outfit, and it's fine. I like this. Maybe I like it because I just need the Christmas outfit to have the ones that come with this. And one note I do need to make about this particular outfit is the headband It's not lined, or if it is lined, it's lined with something that stains the doll's foreheads. People have had issues with it. It's, you know, the reviews, people have even, I don't know if they've told me on my channel or on Facebook, but I took, you know how like, how the outfits come with tissue paper. So I just took some tissue paper and I lined, well, not lined it, I just shoved it under there so that it's not actually touching her forehead. Because I really wouldn't want to ruin the doll, even though I have, as I said, at least 10 of them. I might even, you know, I haven't even thought about the number in so long that it might be more. And if there are more outfits one day, there will be even more Claudie dolls in my collection. So I don't know. Do I want more outfits? Because oh, I think I've decided that if she does come out with more outfits, I'll put these dolls in the Harlem outfits. I'll put those outfits on these dolls. But you know what? Looking at them, I don't know if I could part with these looks. There's everything Claudie wears, everything in her collection, 10 out of 10. And so I'm going to move on to another one of her like historical outfits, not the Harlem Row outfits. And that's her, well, I didn't write down any of the names. So this is her, I guess it's her jazz outfit. And with all the accessories, I ended up, somebody on eBay was selling the stockings like this, and I wanted them on her here because of the sparkle. I just wanted, it's probably not era accurate, but I just wanted to tie together more of the silver and to make her look, you know, more glamorous. This is the one doll, I often have her in my window, so she's the one I will change because I have two of this outfit. One I keep on a dress form with this doll to look like she's like in the dressing room admiring the outfit, because in the story she's like, you know, she's trying out different things to find out what her strengths are. So I feel like I wanted her to like have a kind of like a scene from the, I was about to say the movie, a scene from the book in my display. But then I was kind of like, oh no, she looks so cute in the outfit, so now I need another outfit because I just want it. I want everything when it's Claudie, and I do have everything so far Claudie has released. But honestly, you need to see everything, like admire everything as its own piece. So the one batch I should probably be rushing through because it's the same doll over and over. I'm going to try not to make it the longest batch of all. Oh, and then let me move on to her next fashion row outfit. Sorry, Harlem's fashion row, which is her. Now, this is her jazzy flapper and fur coat. And it's not just the outfit. Her hair is so cute. With this like little bow on top. I know that's not how she's supposed to wear it. She doesn't wear it like this in the promos, but when I accidentally made it this way, because I think it's because I didn't want to take, there's an elastic up here that she usually has her mint bow around, and I didn't want to take it out. So it just, she's, this doll, like, I can't say enough about her, right? I hope everyone loves her as much. No, I don't want everyone to love her as much as I do because it's too much. But she is honestly just the most, I'm going to say this over and over again because I have like, how many do I have now? 4? So I have 6 more times to say this, but she is just absolutely perfect. There are softer coats than this one, if anybody's wondering, and obviously this isn't era accurate. It's the 3 outfits that are going to be on this side of the table are just like inspired by the 1920s, which means like, you know, if you're in the current time, if you're going to a jazz party or a 1920s party, you would dress like this to be like, oh, I'm so cute, I'm so 1920s, but I'm not. But back to the last 1920s from this batch, sorry, 1920s outfit from this batch is her travel outfit. And in my collection, in my display, she is on the scooter playing, well, I don't know if you're playing with, did you play with the yo-yo? That's what it is, right? So she's, I don't know, I guess it's like an outside, an outdoors kind of display to look like she's out and about. And I love the boots. I've watched videos to see if this is era accurate, and the drop waist is perfect. I think the hat's perfect. Everything about her is just her wigs have a lot of variation, so it's like you can play with them and make her look different between each doll. And when I did my last tour, I did a video early on too in my channel where I showed all my Claudie collection together except for the bed. It wouldn't fit on the table, and people agreed with me, or I didn't say it, but they kind of agreed, or they said, which I also think, that, you know, you get all these dolls together and you can see slight variation. They all look unique. But is that more like doll collector delusion? At least they're feeding into my delusion, so I don't mind. And then the last doll from this batch, I need to make some room for her because it's a pretty big outfit. It's her glitzy sequin gown and capelet. And so this Claudie is displayed by herself. Like she's off. She's I have her in my historical section, but I have her on Covey's her stage because it's the smallest one, so it's the easiest one to fit on the little shelf that I have. And I see her as like she's just performing, and she's probably like a modern version of Claudie, to be honest, because I can see some Art Deco inspiration in the design, but I don't think people were wearing clothes that were Art Deco inspired back then. Like the look of her crown and the collar, that's to me, as little as I know about Art Deco, that's what it makes me think of. So that's how I justify this being a very 1920s outfit for this perfect 1920s doll. And don't worry, I have how many more? I have like at least 3 more Claudies to show in the next batch. So I will be back in a second with more. So I don't know if I made it clear in the last segment that this batch is more so Claudie and friends, meaning I have integrated other characters into her world. So let me start with the first, I guess it would be a pair. And I'm making this big introduction as if you don't know it's Claudie. It's her in her pajamas and her bonnet. And the one weird thing I always thought about the images, like the stock images for this outfit, is they usually have like some of her curls coming down, which is, it's like, so the point of wearing a bonnet is to protect her hair. So I don't know why she would have some of it out. Even having her pin curls out is probably counterproductive. Is that what you'd say? But it looks cute. I guess that's why they have the curls coming down. But I will never have the length of her curls coming down. I actually think she still has her hairnet on because I just wanted her pin curls to be visible. But anyway, here she is with her velveteen rabbit. And instead of going to the next side of the table like I love to do, I'm just going to bring in her best friend, who might be a little bit shocking. Her best friend is Tiana. So this is one of my, like I say, I have 10 Claudie dolls. I have 6 Tiana dolls, which means in total I have 16 Claudie mold dolls. So I put her in Addie's Be Forever nightgown, and I got the bear off of AliExpress for like $1 or $2 or something like that. And they're the same mold, but they did such a great job of changing her up enough for it to become Tiana that everything's different. So the skin tone's different, the eye color, the hair color. And so I feel like it's not just okay, it's perfect to put them in the same world together. So this is kind of like their nighttime friendship. I've made them best friends in my world because she used to be Tiana in my world, and now she doesn't have to be anymore. She doesn't have to carry that burden because Tiana now exists. And so now I can bring you over to the daytime, where she has a daytime friendship with Tiana. So this is Tiana, this is Claudie working at Angelo's bakery. So it seems a little bit silly. When I did my Claudie video, I did this, I think I already mentioned that I did it when my channel was pretty new. It was a very fun video to record because I was just like talking about the journey I went through of how I started with one and then just they snowballed until I had like a different Claudie for every outfit. And this was the last one I got because after getting Angelo's bakery, was like, I need a Tiana doll to go with it. I don't want to move it's like every Claudie had a purpose in my display. So I ended up just buying her. And the only difference is I took off her cardigan and put on the apron. But literally, other than that, she's the same. She's just meat Claudie. You know what I mean? Like, saying meat Claudie sounds weird, but MEET, meat Claudie captions. So and you know what? I just realized I couldn't even I guess I didn't want to cut out her. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, they've started putting hair accessories on the outside of the net. So it's like they'll put the hairnet on and then they'll tie the bow. And unless you're good at doing a factory bow. So anyway, that wasn't important. I just realized it now because usually I can't see the back of her head because of where she's displayed. Here, this is me trying to be fast so that this video is not 5 hours. And I can't. So this is as I said, the Angelo's Bakery display. So this is Elsie, and she is truly me 58. And she is baking. she's preparing food in the bakery. She works behind the cash, and I see that I kind of see that the three friends. So it'll be Claudie, Tiana, and Elsie. And so she's wearing Rebecca's school uniform, but I've told myself that even though it's about 8 years old, fashions wouldn't have changed that much. Like they might still be wearing, because it's, you know, a little bit of a drop waist and cardigan, kind of like her cardigan. And I gave her Claudie's meat shoes, and I think, yeah, Claudie's meat socks, so that she kind of fits into the period as well. And this doll, she's so cute that I originally got her just to be on her own, and then I kind of like moved her around places because I felt bad that she was on her own, because she's so cute. She shouldn't be lonely. And so the last doll from the Angelo's Bakery display is Tiana in her working outfit, because out of all the Disney princesses, Tiana is the only one who has a job. And so this is like you would say it's a younger version, like a child version of what she wears in the movie when she works at, she has two jobs, as two waiting jobs. And this is how she looks when she's traveling to her job. So I wish they had called it Tiana's traveling outfit, because American Girl dolls, historical dolls usually have a traveling outfit, not a working. Oh, that's not true. Caroline has a working outfit. But it just felt like, oh, so you're going to make Tiana the only American Girl doll to have a job as well? And a lot of people, this was probably the most popular outfit from her collection, because it's the most transferable. Like you could put it on other historical dolls. I've seen a lot of people put it on Claudie herself. And anyway, I just can't get enough of my Tiana dolls and my Claudie dolls. So let me move on to the last one, so I can finally relieve you all of hearing so much about Claudie in this video. And this is my favorite Claudie outfit. And you know what? Maybe it's my favorite Claudie outfit. See, she's wearing the jazzy Harlem Row shoes. This could be my favorite outfit because she was the one who broke the seal. Because when I first started collecting, or when I started getting more Claudie outfits, I originally put them on dress forms and had them displayed around Claudie. And I was like, oh, she looks so cute in the stock photo. I would love to like change her outfit. But I was afraid that if I saw her in another outfit, I would want to buy a doll and put it in the outfit. And then Christmas rolled around with this outfit. And I was like, you know what? Let me buy another Claudie, put it in the Christmas outfit, and I will just bring her out for the season. I'll like put her away, put her back in the box, put her in my closet, and forget, you know, out of sight, out of mind. And I won't be tempted to buy more Claudie dolls. And those are like what I would call famous last words. It's like my brain was tricking me into doing this, into going into this, like, I wouldn't call it a downward spiral, into an upward spiral of getting all the Claudie dolls I needed, because having a different doll for your favorite historical, it's like nothing brings joy like that. Dopamine addiction, you know what I'm talking about? So this is the first doll I got, Claudie doll I got outside of her meat doll, and from there it was just like, done. I had then needed a Claudie outfit. Claudie doll for every outfit. So now that's the end of the 8th batch. I'm almost halfway. So halfway through the next batch, I'll be halfway through the entire video. And it's really late here. Like, you don't even want to know. I'm a Nighthawk, so that's okay, but I'm just letting you know it's really late. So moving on to another contemporary BFF kind of batch. And if you're wondering why I'm sitting so weird, Claudie's feet are now digging into my back, so I have to compensate by sitting a little bit forward. So let me just jump right in. As I said, it's getting later and later and later. The first doll I'm going to show is Corinne. She's wearing her ski outfit, minus the skis, because this was not going to be happening, except maybe she wouldn't be so slippery right now. So there are only 2 dolls so far of this mold, and I have them both. Don't need to say much else outside of that. I love this outfit, and if throughout this video if I ever mention Indigo, I was about to say I got it on sale at Indigo when they were clearing everything out. Indigo is a bookstore in Canada, and that's where Canadians used to buy our American Girls locally. We can still buy on the American Girl site. As far as I know, they currently only sell to America and Canada. So to my fellow Canadians, please don't complain that American Girl is no longer at Indigo, because we're one of 2 countries that can buy directly from American Girl, as far as I know. So anyway, nothing to do with Corinne and this batch of dolls, but I may talk about Indigo sometimes. So yeah, I was very lucky to get both the outfit and the accessories, like the actual skis, on clearance. Which is cool because I actually really wanted this outfit for her. This is how I always saw her display, but I was like, cool, one day I'll get around to it. I'll buy it one day. And instead of moving on to that side of the table, I'm just going to show her BFF in my world, who is Violet. And she's wearing Corinne's figure skating outfit and accessories and some of her meat accessories. She's truly me. Oh no, 91. And I absolutely love this doll. And I know it's not a popular opinion. I know people don't love the bright hair, but there's, especially with the way these colors tie together with her, really makes her pop in my collection. These two together, their color story is brilliant because if you look at the back of Corinne's hair, she's got the turquoise continuing the story, like the color story through. So I just love them as a little display. I love them as best friends, and I love Violet. And later you'll see that I have another Violet, but she's been customized. So it's not just that I love the bright colored hair. Speaking of bright colored hair, I'll move on to my doll Celeste. She looks like the old cotton candy hair doll, but she is Truly Me 129 from the latest batch of Truly Me dolls, which is just the old blue and pink hair doll, but with painted on eyelashes and probably upgraded eyebrow or updated eyebrows, because I've noticed that these newer dolls have different eyebrows from the older ones. And I didn't really, for some reason, I wasn't really feeling the old version of this doll, but I love, as soon as I saw this, and I knew people weren't going to love her, but I just love it. Maybe that's part of it. It's like, I just have this like sympathy for dolls no one else loves, but that's not true. No, she actually is really cool to me, and a lot of the dolls I love, other people love too. So I shouldn't say that. She's wearing a CYO outfit. I think it's called Rainbows and Unicorns. It's the outfit and the accessories. And when I got the CYO doll, I ordered these pieces specifically for her. She is on display in my local bean, the coffee shop. I love that playset, and one day I'm gonna do, one day soon, it might actually, like within the next week or two, I want to showcase like my favorite playsets, because that's what got me into American Girl in the first place, was all the playsets. So I really have to start giving them more attention on my channel. So let me continue with the other doll who is in the local bean with her. Her name is Jasper. In my collection, she is Truly Me 90. Another colorful haired doll, so she's probably not very loved. And she's wearing her meat outfit. One of the very few dolls I have wearing her, Truly Me dolls I have wearing her meat outfit, but I just threw, I think because I threw the apron over it, you don't see the tackiest parts. Not that I have a problem, I don't have a problem with tacky, like it's cute, it's fine. But it does simplify her a little bit, and it mutes her color story too, to make her just kind of monochromatic. And these fishnets are from a Halloween costume that saddens me that I'll have to give up in about 2 months to put on the doll who's going to be wearing that costume. So these two, they're not friends. It's just like she's a customer at the coffee shop, so I do have to come up with like a third doll. I love coming up with excuses to buy more dolls. I'm going to have to come up with a third doll to work behind the cash, because she works like she's preparing in the back. She's like making the coffees and making the coffees and what are those things they make? Baked goods. She's getting it all together for the people who are purchasing them. And now these last two dolls, let me just bring up Anushka. This is before I brought out Truly Me 108, and I said her name was Selena. She's from the Amazon Prime deals. This is the older version of that doll, and I feel like the wig has changed so much, and the mold has even changed a little bit. This is the Josefina mold, so they don't look that much alike. And I was really, so when I bought the other doll, I was expecting to want to change or customize, but they just look so different. I couldn't tinker with them. The other doll that's coming up is the other one I'm talking about. So she's not like Covey, but like she's not like Covey. Like she's in Covey's backstage. So she's like a drama student, a theatrical student, and a performer. And so her best friend in my storyline is also a performer, as I mentioned, got from the Amazon Prime deal. Her name is Audrey. She's Truly Me 117. So my original plan was to give her, so like imagine, kind of picture, let's say a thinner version of this wig on her, because I found that the newer wig of this, so this one's fuller, each hair is like a little bit thicker, like a little bit coarser, so this is just a more, to me, luxurious wig. And then seeing her, this doll here, the 117, did I just say? After I had her settled into my collection, my plan for her to change her wig just didn't work. I was worried also because it's the Marie Grace mold in a medium skin tone. I was worried that she might look a little bit too much like Gubby, despite the different expressions. Like I was really reaching to put that other wig on her because I don't know, I like dolls with darker hair. And so they're like in drama class together. They're the theatrical, I don't know if they're students or if they work there, but that's their storyline. And so yeah, let me get on to the next batch because as I've said, it's almost tomorrow now. And I still have, I'm a little bit more than halfway through. So let me put batch 9 behind me so I can get to batch 10. So full disclosure, it is now after 4 a.m. here, and my controller to turn on and off the camera has stopped working. So this is just going to be a longer night than I expected. But moving on to brighter things, my next batch of dolls is going to be Mary Ellen's World. And I don't have many upgrades, so to like to speak of, because it wasn't even that long ago that I shared her world. So let me just get right into it. And you know what? One note I should mention is in the last batch, this doll right here, I forgot to mention that she's wearing a Maple Leaf outfit with Claudie's, the shoes from Claudie's, everything is acting up now, from Claudie's jazz outfit. Because like I said, I have 2 of the outfits. So now that I've got that out of the way, corrected that little mistake or oversight, here's Mary Ellen in her meat outfit with her meat accessories that are just deciding to fall out of her arms. And because I have shown her recently, I'm just going to quickly glaze through her story. She's got 2 best friends, and they all hang out at the Seaside Diner, which I'm glancing at because it's right in front of me. So I will get to her friends in a minute, but first, I have to bring up someone, a historical doll I've teleported to her story, Nenea, because I recently did a favorite outfit from every historical doll, and I forgot to include Nenea, and I don't know if it's because I've just transported her so hard in my headcanon that I forget she has her own historical story outside of this, and that is so bad. So it's like, this is me taking a moment to apologize to Nenea, who deserves her own like story. And I don't know, I would say I've said in the past she's my least favorite mold, and after thinking about why did I overlook her, I think she has my least favorite collection so far. But if I had to pick a favorite outfit for her, it'd be her luau outfit, the yellow one with the like pink, but it's just so much of her. I don't know. I like her in Mary Ellen's World, and I think that's probably why I've retconned her whole story just for my selfish need to have her in Mary Ellen's World. And in Mary Ellen's World, she's recently moved there, and one of Mary Ellen's friends, who I will introduce next, is a little bit, she's kind of like the mean girl of the group. Her name is Mary Lou, and she's kind of mean to Nenea at first, but later in the story, she realizes that they have a lot in common. Like they're both going through divorce, with like their parents are going through a divorce, and that's kind of why she's so harsh, because she's what's the word? Not jaded, but she's, you know, she's defensive. She's got like her walls up, and then she ends up becoming very close with Nenea later. And it's not that I'm trying to rush through the story through this particular video, but their story is a little bit too involved that I'm like, oh, do I really want to talk about it that much? Because here comes another, oops, oh no. As I mentioned before, I have 3 77 dolls, and this was the first 77 doll I had. So I didn't change his eyes. He's still got his regular brown eyes. And he's wearing a handmade outfit from a Facebook group. And I originally had him to be part of Claudie's World. So his name is still Jody, which is Claudie's little brother's name. But he's another doll I've quantum leaped into another era. He's in the 1950s, obviously. He works at the Seaside Diner. And he doesn't know that the next character I'm about to introduce has a crush on him. But he just thinks she's kind of weird because she's always shy and awkward. He just thinks she's like that. And she is, to an extent, but not the awkward way she is around him. She's the shy one of the 3 Marys, and it's Mary Jane. So she is truly me, and I forgot to say her number. So Mary Jane is 79, and Mary Lou is 103. And she's wearing Mary Ellen's birthday outfit with a crinoline underneath. That's why it's like cupcakey, but I wanted it to be cupcakey because I think it's supposed to be. And she's got the bad eyes that were around 1979. Oh my god, around 2017 when they were all kind of glancing down. But that worked for me because she's up on a high shelf, so when she's looking down, she actually looks like she's looking at me from her display or you know what? It's getting so late. I'm sorry that I'm acting so strange now, but she's looking like I've displayed her so that she looks like she's looking down properly. Sorry about this. I will be better now. So her brother in the storyline is Truly Me 75, and his name is Billy, and he's a slightly customized Truly Me 75. I removed the painted corners from his eyes, and I gave him a pale blonde wig so that he would look very different, as different as possible from the other 75 I have in my collection. He's wearing Mary Ellen's Halloween cowboy costume with his Truly Me jeans. I think it's the ones he actually came with. And I tried many jeans to get as close to this look as possible, but nothing is that specific type of denim in any of my other American Girl clothes. So this is really the best I could do. And I think it's fine. If I didn't point it out, you probably wouldn't even notice, and now it's probably all you're seeing. My fault. And currently the last doll in this collection is Truly Me 21. Let me double check. Yes, and her name is Charisse. Now all the other dolls are part of Mary Ellen's Seaside Diner, and she is actually part of Mary Ellen's home collection. Like, she sits in the living room on the couch. But there's a sister. I was about to say she's, I have her coming, but she actually arrived yesterday, and I couldn't even unbox her because my living room for the last week, because I've been setting up for this video, so when I come home from work, I'm like putting the batches around the living room, and until, now that I started putting everything behind me, has looked like an American Girl factory or store exploded in my living room. So there's no way I could have opened the new dolls that arrived. 2 new dolls have arrived. So I'm showing you 114, but I actually have 116. I was going to say it, but you know what? Charisse, her sister, is on her way. So that'll be my next video. We'll be probably unboxing the new dolls. So this is the current count for my 1950s dolls. 7, but there'll be at least one more because I have 2 more of Mary Ellen's outfits that I want to display, and I haven't decided yet if her sister is going to sort of sometimes be at home and sometimes be at the Seaside Diner, because she's like the stay-at-home sister who's, kind of the nerdy one, and her sister is the popular outgoing one. But I don't know I'm talking about her when I haven't even seen her yet. So having said that, let me clear these out and get to batch number 11. 1 second. Okay, I thought I could do it, but this might be my last batch for the night because my camera's about to die. It's almost 5 a.m. and it's okay if I continue because I'm not uploading this tomorrow anyway. So now let me move on to another contemporary batch, which is kind of like a BFF batch because that's what a lot of my contemporary dolls are. And I'm gonna start with Rohan, who is Truly Me 76, and he is set up in my display with my Logan doll. And I mentioned earlier that Deepika, limited edition Jasmine, is sort of like a representation, a gender-swapped representation of my partner. And if I had to pick a mini-me for an actual mini-me for my partner, it would be Rohan here. But Rohan is not my partner's name, for the record. It's just a name I chose, and I was like, you know what? I guess it's kind of like my partner. Because I know this doll is a bit more racially ambiguous. He could be seen as Latino or anything Mediterranean, but I see him as Indian because I made a representation for my partner. So let me show you who is representation for me, so to speak. It is Logan. Oh, he's wearing the gaming outfit with a Truly Me vest. Another bad habit I have is because I show a lot of my dolls more than once, and I will explain, not in every video, but the second I don't explain something, some people are like, you have to tell me what that is and where you got it. And this is what reminded me, because I recently showed Logan in a video, and I didn't explain that he's wearing a handmade outfit from somebody I got from someone in a Facebook group in Canada. And because I had, just before I showed him in my last video, I had shown him only like maybe 2 videos prior and explained it. So now let me say it now that we're watching this, or now that I'm showing him another video. He's, yeah, wearing Nikki's hat. I have 2 of these. Somebody gifted me one of these in a lot, with a handmade outfit, and then like a Truly Me backpack and the fidget spinner from the Xbox gaming accessory kit. And as I said, they're on display together in my collection. He holds it because of his lobster claw, so that's why it's like the perfect accessory for him. And I have their display set up as like a little gaming room. And I've shown my doll room before, but it won't be long before it needs another update because it's changed so much in the, I guess, 4 months since I showed it last time. And even though I have half boys and half girls for this batch, I'm going to go into more boys just to, I don't know, just to make the table more balanced. So in my last batch, I showed you from Mary Ellen's World, customized 75, right? And this is not customized 75. So he's just wearing a Maple Leaf outfit. It's the orange shirt from Orange Shirt Day. And then this is, I think it's called Take a Hike outfit. It's kind of like part of their camping line. He's got off-brand shoes, and I believe these are Molly socks. And this black hat, not black cat, is handmade. It came with this outfit, and so I originally had it on Logan, but then once I got this hat, after I bought this, I was like, oh no, he's getting that. It belongs to him. That's exactly what I always wanted him to wear. And so his best friend in my display is Truly Me. I forgot to write these ones down. His name is Rory, and I believe this is Truly Me 74. He was the first classic mold, and he's wearing Logan's performance outfit. He usually doesn't. I just put it on him recently. And I had to change so many dolls before making this video that I really had to pick and choose in the end. Like, I can't change every doll because there are so many, 114, that I have to show, and I probably changed about 20 for this video. So that's why he's wearing the same thing he was wearing in literally my last video. So that's all I have to say about him. The original classic mold boy, Truly Me. And then I think this is Truly Me 71. She's the Jess mold with no wig. Her name is Zara in my collection, Zara. And she's a studious kind of student. You know, she's going for class president. Her grades mean a lot to her and her family. She's part of an Afghan immigrant family living in America now. And her best friend, who I'll bring up, was originally her rival because this is Divya. Truly Me 47, I believe, one of my very first dolls. And I got her as a Sonali replacement because there's no way I will ever pay the secondary prices for Sonali, just because I see her go up like to like $600, and there are so many more dolls I could buy with $600. So I'm fine with just having her the look-alike. And so she had the same kind of story where she's an overachiever, and grades mean a lot to her family, same as Zara. So they, instead of battling and rivaling, they realized they had a lot in common. So now they're like co-student presidents, and they're best friends because of it. They bond, they support each other, and that's how people who rival really should be. Just team up. You have so much in common. And the last 2 dolls from this batch are Girls of the Year, who I believe go together because they're the only 2 Girls of the Year who came out in the same year. And the first one is Govey. She is the 2022 Girl of the Year, right? What year are we in? Yeah, no, 2023. I don't even know. Yeah, Lila's 2023, so she's 2022. Anyway, so this is the first, when I was getting into American Girl and trying to warn my partner, like, this is coming, I feel it growing. I showed him Govey because Good Morning America shared the new Girl of the Year, and they had all these, because she's an Indian character, and my partner's Indian, like I've said 5 times already in this, what is it, 3-hour video? I don't even know yet. So I showed it to him to make him go, oh, she's Indian, and get him kind of excited, because it's like, you're about to be surrounded by these dolls. So let's give you a positive introduction into American Girl, the American Girl world, because I don't know, what was that, like, I guess if it was 2022, the beginning? Was it really? I don't even know anymore. It is like 5 a.m., so you can clock me in the comments and I will gladly take it. And now the last doll of this batch is Lila, because as I said, because they both came out the same year, because they decided to make, yes, the 2024 Girl of the Year. They decided to release her. It's all coming back to me now. They decided to release her early so that they can get the jump on the holiday season, which cut into Covey's year, 2023. And now the 2025 Girl of the Year is going to be out, well, like what, next month? We'll see. It seems like they're coming sooner and sooner. And I know I flew through this batch, and I also think I'm going to continue the rest of the batches tomorrow. So yeah, it'll be the same. It'll be a second from now for you. Second from now for you. I said that right. And I'm getting delirious here. So see you soon. Okay, it's a new day, and I've had some time to sort of regroup. My controller's working again for starting and stopping the video, so that's one good thing. And I ran out of room, so it's a good thing I waited until the next day to do it, because you may see behind me that there's a shelf added, because I ran out of space to put all these dolls that I've been adding on. And I just want to make a little note that it doesn't look level on camera, but I promise I use a level that's level in real life. I can just never get my camera to sit so that everything looks perfectly straight. It's all my videos are like this, so I shouldn't even bother mentioning it now in this already long video. So let me jump now back into the next batch of dolls. It's going to be some Be Forever dolls, and I'm going to start with Be Forever Samantha. She's in her Philly frock, my favorite Be Forever Samantha outfit. So I've talked about it a lot, and I don't need to say too much. And I'm going to fly a little bit more through the rest. I'm hoping I can anyway, just because I added up how long this video is going to be with all the segments. I don't think I'm going to make it in 2 hours. So let me next go into Be Forever Addie, who's wearing my favorite Be Forever Addie outfit, which is her school outfit, Be Forever school outfit. I don't have the original school outfit, but I actually like this one a lot better, even though I can tell, even from pictures, that the original Pleasant Company school outfit has better materials. And I only just recently put her in all the pieces. I used to have it as a little bit of a mix and match, but now she's complete. And then the last, I think it's the last Be Forever doll I have. I think I only have these 3. It's Be Forever Rebecca. And I really prefer her Be Forever outfit. I like the purple. And I recently had her in her Hanukkah outfit. And when I went to put her back in this outfit, I was pulling out her purse. I bought this doll secondhand with all her meat accessories and everything. And I felt something hard in her little handbag, and it was this clip. So I don't know why she didn't have it on before. Maybe they thought the hat with the clip was overkill, but I think it's over cute. So I'll have her wearing that from now on. Only 2 dolls left for this batch, at least. And this is Kaya, who is wearing a powwow of today outfit, which I didn't realize that meant they gave Kaya all these modern outfits. There must have been a reason for it, and they must have explained it at some point, but I just always thought they were supposed to be like anachronistic in the sense that she wouldn't have that many outfits, but I didn't know they were anachronistic in the sense that they're made, like purposely made to look modern. I think it's probably just that they didn't want to hire any more consultants from the Nez Perce tribe, so they were just like, oh, let's just look at what's done today, and we'll just make whatever we want. And now the last doll for this batch I'm going to show, part of the reason I'm rushing so much is because it's my first time showing her. I showed her outfit before on a different doll, and I was like, no, this isn't going to be the character. And it's I don't display her with Kaya, but she's a native Canadian. Well, we don't say native Canadian, we say First Nations. So she's an indigenous doll, Stoney Nakoda. Well, I say she's Stoney Nakoda because this is a Stoney Nakoda outfit made by Maple Lee. And as you can probably see, she's a little bit of a Frankenstein doll. So she's got the tenny body, which is why she has these hands. I like these expressive hands and make it look like kind of like she's dancing or doing a powwow. And then it was a Pleasant Company head, but not the old squishy vinyl, the newer Mattel Pleasant, when they still say Pleasant Company on the back of the head. And then she's got a wig that I bought. So the doll pieces all came from the same seller, the body, the head, and the wig. And I just wanted a classic mold doll to be sort of like an indigenous Canadian character, because I mean, I have other First Nations dolls in my collection, but she's like the West Coast First Nations doll, and I haven't shown the East Coast yet. So now I think that's all I need to say for this little batch of dolls. And let me add them to the display behind me. I'll be 1 second. Okay, I flew through that last segment so fast that I didn't even share my Stony Nakota doll's name. I've called her Misty Blue, and I think because of what I said, how I'm trying to get through these last segments so that this video is not 3 hours. But I'll try to, take a breath and calm down a little bit for the remaining dolls. Even though this next segment is the 90s dolls, the 90s twins and their world, and I recently did an extensive video about them. So I'm only going to be quick because I just recently talked about them. So let me show my favorite of the two twins first. It's Nikki, and she's wearing a blend of her meet outfit and her skating outfit. So my favorite parts of both pieces. Don't have much else to say because the rest of it speaks for itself. And in my collection, she has a best friend character named Onika, who is a Mattel Addie with a custom wig. She's wearing the flashback 2000 episode 2000 outfit, and she's wearing some CYO, has some CYO accessories, and I really love this doll. She's definitely in my top 10 or 5. What she might even be top 5, but top 10 at least. And she's been that way ever since I got her. The wig came first, and then I was like, I need to find the perfect doll to put this wig on. It came available locally. And next I'll show the other twin. I still love her, but I like Nikki more. I think I relate more with Nikki's character. And obviously this is Isabel. And she's just got on her exact meet outfit and meet accessories. And her best friend's not going to be in this segment because her best friend is actually in a different display. My 90s dolls aren't all displayed together. There are 2 different 90s displays, but aside from that, there's one of the dolls who is on display with her sister, like the doll's sister. So that'll be the next batch. So because I can't have her best friend up here, this is her other, like if they were a trio, this is Kaylee. I've transported her to the 90s. Another Girl of the Year doll who doesn't, well, I mean, she has her name, but she's not her own. She's not the same character in my world. She belongs in the 90s. And so she's wearing Isabel's tennis outfit with a cardigan that was in a clothing lot. It's off-brand, so I couldn't tell you where to get it if you were curious. Because I wanted her to look a little bit like that Baby One More Time video, Britney Spears, what was that, 98, 99? Somewhere around there, right? Pop Princess, late 90s, turn of millennium. And the next 2 dolls are also best friends in the 90s world. They're, the idea is that they're having a slumber party together. This is another Girl of the Year, Gabriella. Come to think of it, this is probably, of all the collections I have, this has the most Girls of the Year teleported into it. No, transported was right. Transplanted. So I don't need to say much about her. She's wearing Nikki's pajama set, the nightgown. And then Leah is wearing Isabel's pajama set with Lila's meat headband because it's her riding outfit headband, because even though my Lila is wearing her riding outfit, she's not wearing the headband from it because she's wearing the meat scrunchies in her hair. And there's, 2 more dolls. I didn't, you know what it is? Even though I removed one of the dolls, I didn't realize that I need to leave a lot of room for all of them. So this doll is sort of like, even though there are 2 friend groups in my mind, this is the doll or the character who's kind of both groups of friends. She's kind of like the thread between them. This is Hannah, and she is Truly Me 111, but she's wearing a wig from, I actually wrote this down this time. She's wearing the wig from 124, Truly Me 124, which is the Corinne mold doll. So that's why it's very flat, and because she originally had very big hair, which is what I wanted to put on my 124 doll. 1 doll left, and it's Brandy. I feel like I don't need to say much again because I recently showed all these dolls. But just in case you haven't seen it, she's wearing the inline skate outfit from probably, was it like 96, 97 this came out? One of the Girl of Today outfits, American Girl of Today. And it's a complete set. She's just wearing because it's Truly Me 127. So she's just wearing the meat socks she came with. You know, this doesn't have socks, but I wanted her to have socks to protect her ankles. So the knee pads, all the accessories, this came as one outfit. And then she's got the Yvette style wig, the very curly long hair. So to protect it, I just put it in these elastics. And yeah, I thought all the colors go together. So it was a perfect outfit for my doll that I went on a mission to find when I realized it existed. Okay, let me get these out of here and move on to the next batch. So guess what? When I was putting up the dolls from the last batch behind me up on the shelf came out of the wall. So all 25 dolls I had up there came crashing down, and they came crashing down with the dolls that are still behind me. So if you see a lot of messy hair on the dolls in back of me, please don't judge. That is what I've been going through. So it's taken a while to get to this next batch here because I had to patch up some holes in the wall. And anyway, it's been a thing. Patch up my finger. So now let me get on to what I was saying before, how my next batch of dolls, one of them is the best friend character to Isabel from the 90s world. She's going to be like the last doll I show, but that's just the connection between these two batches. So these 5 dolls are on display in my shoe store. This is 77, Truly Me 77. His name is Toby, and he's one of 3 77s I have. I believe this is only the second one I've shown. This is the third. I don't know anymore. I think 80% through all my dolls. So at this point, I'm lucky I still can say words. And okay, so then I'll show, now this is the Isabel's best friend. This is her sister, her name is Madison, and she's a Tiana doll, but she's got Claudie's decal dark brown eyes and the darker, curlier hair. So that means I have a doll who's the opposite. So I have a custom Tiana who I'll show probably in the last batch. I don't remember, but she's wearing what turned out to be a holiday outfit. I didn't know. So to me, this is just like her regular everyday outfit. And maybe one day I'll try to give her something that's not a Christmas outfit. But until then, this is who she is. And so this is just a Tiana doll. Her name is Bailey. And she's a more modernized, at least to the 90s version of Tiana, as in she's not from the 1920s. And her hair was really easy to style. It's a little bit textured, a little bit thicker, and it holds style very well. So that's why I'm not very good at doing doll hair, but this hair was really easy to work with. I just, coiled it around like a makeup brush handle or something, and a little bit of water, like magic. And yes, I'm definitely trying to get through these dolls fast because I don't have that much to say about them, except, so this is one of my 2 CYO Addie mold dolls. Her name is Hope. She is made with the lightest skin tone, and she's made, I was going for a doll with albinism, so that's why she's got the pale blonde hair, and I guess gray eyes might have been nicer, but I don't know. I love the light brown decal eyes, so that's what I went with. And I've actually heard people say negative things about the textured wig, but I love it. I don't think it looks, I've heard people say it looks dry, but I don't know. I think it's very like thick and volumey. So she's wearing the CYO outfit she came with. I didn't do anything much to her beyond that because she came exactly as I wanted her. And the last doll, so as I said, they're all like out shopping for, I didn't put so I should have said their relationship. They're sisters, and she, Hope, is Madison's like best friend. And then this is Toby's best friend right here. Her name is Danae. Sorry, I'm just making sure she looks okay. She was my first CYO Addie sculpt. She's medium skin tone, freckles, again, the light brown eyes, and then she's got a textured red wig because not only do I love textured hair, I love red hair on dolls. And her story is she's multiracial. She's wearing an orange shirt day shirt because she's what I mentioned before that I have. So Misty Blue is a West Coast, Stoney Nakoda. She is Micmac, which is our indigenous tribe from our East Coast. Technically, like specifically from Newfoundland, which is where my family's from. So that's why I wanted her to have that as her part of her lineage. She's multiracial, as I said, white, Micmac, and black. So that's a lot of my family members right there. So now I think that's all I have to say about these 5 dolls, and I'm going to move on because it's been a long day already. All right, so this next batch of dolls I haven't had a chance to share yet. I do mean to, so I'm going to sort of gloss through them just because I want to go in more depth when there are a lot of dolls. There are 7 dolls in this batch, and in the display there are also 3 play sets, so it deserves its own video one day. This is Joss's world, so let me start with her. Oop. Now, as I've said before in other videos, before Claudie was a sculpt and she was just a doll, this was my favorite mold, the Joss mold. Something about it is just it's pretty and cute and like sweet and innocent all at the same time. And so yeah, I don't want to spend too much time. She's up in her minivan. She's got her skateboard, her hat. And one day I will definitely go into depth about her and her world because there are quite a few dolls in it. For example, Sage. Now, Sage I've shown, how many girls, sorry, it's like I throw all these girls of the year in other people's collections. Oops. So when I was showing my classic mold dolls, I explained that Sage was one of my earlier ones because I didn't like a lot of classic mold dolls back then. And as I was showing her, it was my first time noticing that her wig was cut so bad, like not evenly, like whoever did it just must have, I don't know how I didn't notice. I think because I didn't pay enough attention to the classic mold dolls back then, and something about her face just spoke to me in the marketplace listing. So I must have had her for almost a year before I noticed. So then it made me think like maybe I should replace her one day, even though it's like the specific doll I liked when I saw her. But I might actually just try to, even though I'm not very good at cutting doll hair, I might just try to level it out. But anybody who noticed and was kind enough not to point it out in case they didn't want to burst my bubble, thank you. But now I've pointed it out, so you could just clock me for being so unobservant. Next doll is another girl of the year, Kira. And she's sort of, because they're all camping in her minivan, she's the one who's like cooking everyone's breakfast. Don't need to say much about her. I talked about her in my Josefina mold video. She falls a lot. That's the only thing really special about her. She falls off the top and she's on a very high shelf. Talked about her and I said it's amazing that she never gets like a dented nose or anything. Came home the next day after posting that video. She had fallen and she had a little buff in her nose, but I was able to get rid of it with magic eraser. So be careful what you talk about because, you know, it's like the world is listening sometimes. And speaking of, sorry, I need to look up her, I have a Truly Me doll coming and I don't know her number. Her name is Aisha. Sorry, I didn't have my phone open. Her name is Aisha and she is Truly Me 122. And she's at the snack bar hanging out with Marguerite, who's coming up in a second. And yeah, I don't really have much to say. I've talked about her a couple times and I will definitely go into more detail soon. I don't know if I mentioned she's a Joss mold doll. Maybe you already knew that. And next, sorry that I'm going so fast, but this has been, as long as the video is, the experience has been like 5 times as long. And if you think about the setup that went into it, don't even get me started. So this is Cameron. He is Truly Me 104. He's usually wearing a surf outfit, but he's one of the dolls. I couldn't change any more dolls. I was like done. I was tired. So he's wearing an outfit he normally wouldn't wear. I just put him in it so that he's not wearing the same outfit over and over again every time I show him. And up next is Marguerite, and she is a customized Truly Me 91. So this was the purple-haired doll, Sonali mold, and I gave her 106's wig, and I don't know whose eyes. They're just dark brown eyes. It could have been from anyone. Just to have, I wanted to have a Sonali mold doll in the 35 skin tone, but actually look a little like be a little bit more natural looking. As much as I love the purple-haired doll, when she went on sale at Indigo for $35, I was like, oh, this is the perfect opportunity to buy her and the perfect excuse to make a customized version of her. One last doll from this batch. His name is Pedro. and he is a customized Kaya who was in really rough shape when I got him. He was only $10, and he works at the snack bar up in, I guess they're kind of like camping slash skiing. The world doesn't make a lot of sense, but they're just dolls. They don't have to make a lot of sense, and they're best friends. And I've said that quite a bit lately. So some of you may, if anybody's made it this far, some of you may already be aware of that. So now let me get. I think I only have 2 or 3 batches left. Yes, 2 batches left. I'm almost done. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, never mind. I guess I can't count to 3 because that's how many batches I have left. And this one is sort of historical re-releases. I'll start with Addie, who is from the most recent re-release. It's fine at this point. Nothing else can get me down. I bought the entire... Is she too skinny? This one, stay on her. I bought the entire wave when they were released, and she's the one I already had a couple versions of, so I don't need to say much because I'm already going to pull out the 35th anniversary Addie next. And she's wearing Addie's birthday outfit from that recent re-release. And so it's like a lot of the things I've shown so recently that you can see the doll, right? I don't need to say much more than this. It's like I made it this far. Am I really gonna back out now? I should have. Anyway, so this is Josefina, and she's wearing the recent re-release. She's wearing her birthday outfit from the re-release. And for the longest time, I've said that Josefina was probably my least favorite because of her collection. But since having her in this outfit, the way I've done it, I've realized I quite love this doll now. I love her in this outfit. And one day I'm going to look for her heirloom accessories because the bright yellow, I'm going to hope that they re-release them one day because they're very expensive on the aftermarket for just a scarf and a fan and a choker. She's wearing her meat necklace, but I've shortened it just temporarily. It's not like a permanent thing where it can't go back to what it's supposed to be. And so this over here is not the anniversary Molly. She's just the Molly that's on the website now. I bought her last fall. So she's just a Mattel re-release, but she's not the Be Forever Molly. And originally, Molly was the only original 3 character I cared about. I think it's because of this outfit, just so cute. But all of the, every doll, but all of the original 3, original 6, however you number them, group them, have all grown on me. So I now have I have all the main characters, not their best friends. And then last for this batch is the recent re-release Kirsten. And they all came with their complete meat outfits and accessories. And so yeah, when I did the unboxing of all of this collection, I did more of a comparison with, I don't know if I did it for her, but I have shown a comparison of her to the Pleasant Company Kirsten because I have her as well now, which actually I think I got her after I did the re-release unboxing. So never mind, that's a different video. And let me get to, now I have 2 batches left. Yes, so give me 1 second and I'll bring out my Pleasant Company dolls. So this is definitely one of my favorite batches of dolls that'll be on here. And it's as I already said, my Pleasant Company dolls. I'm gonna bring up my first Pleasant Company doll, which is this Samantha. And when I got her for my birthday, I was trying to figure out if she was a dreamer-eyed Samantha, but some people have said, or some people believe, that only Kirsten and Molly have dreamer dolls. It's not just about having the white space around the irises, but she definitely has an upward glance, which makes her really cute. And there's just something really unique about this particular Samantha. I've maybe seen one other person who has a Samantha who looks like her. She's got like a really wide head, and just something about her looks very, I don't want to say alive in a creepy way, but something about her just looks, I don't know, like a real little baby. And that's probably why she was the one, because I used to think that Samantha was my least favorite of the original dolls, and I would never have her. Something about this one called to me, and I was just like, whoop. Now I have all the original dolls, and I have quite a few, not just Pleasant Company of the original characters, but a couple of the, like, well, I guess one of the Girl of Today dolls. So she got me started, which means I should resent her, but how could I? Look at that face. And So this doll, I'm going to show her in a different way now. So this is Molly. At least I believe she's Molly, but she could be, is it Girl of Today 13, who is like a Molly clone? Like, I'm trying to look at pictures of how she's supposed to have her hair on the back, because that's how you tell. But regardless, even if she's the clone, she's Molly in my collection, and it doesn't really matter. But if anybody knows the difference, because I bought her nude, and I just currently have her birthday pinafore on her, like the old version. There's a newer version that's still online. I should probably get it one day. This is complete, and these are Be Forever Samantha's shoes, the shiny, the not plastic ones, and then some off-brand frilly socks, just make her look a little bit more complete. But one day I think I'm just gonna grab that before it's too late, because I never bought her school uniform when they had it, and it's gone now, and I don't regret it, but it's like, oh, if I had noticed it was low stock, I would have gotten it. And I only have glasses for her, because you saw, like a couple of batches ago, I showed my Mattel Molly. I have the glasses for her because I bought her Christmas dress from somebody locally, and it came with the glasses. So that's another thing. She may not be Molly. I really can't tell, but I've I've tricked you into believing it because of the glasses, maybe. And so let me go back to Samantha again. This is so this Samantha was the first Samantha I got. I got her locally, and she was the first doll that that I bought to have that waxy crayon smell. And I had never smelled it on a doll before, so I thought there was like, I had so many awful thoughts running through my head. I thought it could be mold. So I took her apart. I like cleaned her up as best I could without because I didn't want to ruin her wig, so I didn't wash those parts of her. And now I realize it's just a normal smell for these older dolls. It's like the vinyl is deteriorating, I think somebody has said. If that's the case, it sounds horrible, but she's fine. And then a lot of people like that smell. I wouldn't say I like it, but I'm not afraid of it anymore. Especially hers isn't as bad as another doll I had. And so she's wearing Samantha's school outfit with the pinafore from her birthday outfit, because in school they would have a pinafore. I learned that from watching Lady Rebecca Fashion's video about Samantha's collection. And so she said that the only thing that would make her more accurate for a school uniform, the bow was good, is she would have a pinafore and she would have boots instead of the Mary Jane type shoes. So that's why she's wearing a pair of Rebecca's boots. So I feel like now she looks like she's really going to school in 1904. And it's really hard for me to pick, aside from this doll over here, who is, when I say top 5, she may be my most, Dipika is probably my most favorite doll, but top 5 for sure. And I've been meaning to say my top 5 dolls to see how many there really are, but I didn't do it, sorry. And now this next Pleasant Company doll, I think that's all I had to say about this Samantha, is a Felicity doll who has a really long video about her, like a story time kind of video, because when I bought her, she wasn't the doll on the listing. She also wasn't the doll I first bought. She was the third doll that I got from the lady I bought this doll from, because the first one she gave me was not Pleasant Company. She was in pretty bad shape. When I went back to get a Pleasant Company doll, she brought me a doll in even worse shape. Like I was insulted that she thought I would take that doll. I was mad. And then this was the third doll. It's still not the same doll, but I was able to fix her up with, cleaning her and then using some pastels to give her face some color. And someone from Instagram sent me a Felicity wig they weren't using. So now she went from being my catfish Felicity to my rescue Felicity. And she's very special to me because of that. But that doesn't mean I'm happy about what I went through. And I actually have quite an extensive wardrobe for her, and I don't usually put her in her meat outfit, but I wanted to have her wearing something different for this video because I change her a lot. So now back to my final Samantha. I think this was the most recent one I bought. And when I got her home, I was like, oh no, I actually think I don't know what girl of today it is, who's like the Samantha, what do you call it? Clone. Is it 16, I think, maybe? So I thought she might have been a girl of today 16, but then I looked closer at her eyes. She has a decal eye. So she is Samantha, and she's wearing her special edition not birthday, I always want to say birthday outfit, but her swimming outfit. And I bought it very recently. Up until then, I had her in a Be Forever outfit, and now she's come alive now that she's wearing this. And not going to say she's one of my top 5 because there are only 5 in the top 5, but she's definitely a lot cuter to me now that I've got her in this outfit. And I keep thinking I have so much room because I'm bringing up smaller batches, but this is a pretty big batch. And here is my Pleasant Company Kirsten, but she's wearing the birthday outfit from that recent re-release, so it's not. So she's like a Pleasant Company doll wearing a Mattel outfit. And when I bought her, she still had her factory braids, but I took them out because I really like the way the dolls look with the wavy hair. But I boil washed it or do we say boil washed it? Like I put it in boiling water so that it would keep the waves, and I can still see where the 3 partitions are if I ever want to braid her hair again, because in the winter I'm going to be putting in her special edition winter outfit. Do I have anything more to say about her? No, she's very cute. And I got her locally. Someone was selling from a collection they inherited from their mother who passed away. Don't know why I had to add that little detail, but finally I saved the best for last. This is Pleasant Company Addie. And when I opened her up recently, I put this outfit on her, but I wasn't able to get the bow to look nice. So since then I have, fixed her up a little bit, made her look a little bit. I've washed up her vinyl because she's from early 90s, maybe 94 at the latest. So she had that deteriorating plastic, which was sticky. I just use a magic eraser. And she's wearing one of my favorite Be Forever outfits, the Sunday best. And she's usually holding a basket of flowers, but I was dealing with too much drama on the screen, so I wasn't about to put her, I didn't want to deal with accessories as well. So here are my 7 Pleasant Company dolls, and now I'm going to move on to the last batch. I can't believe it's finally here. All right, I'm down to the final batch, and it's only 4 dolls, so this could be really quick, but with me, who really knows? It could be a little bit long because I've saved my Disney dolls for the end. My Tiana, my 3 Tianas, and a Jasmine. So let me get started with Tiana wearing my favorite Tiana outfit from the movie. She's wearing a different tiara though, because the one that came with her was really small, really dinky. It was just kind of silly looking, to be honest. Way too small for an 18-inch doll. And somebody, I don't know if they had heard me, if she had seen the video and knew I wanted a bigger tiara, if it was just a fluke. But like I said a few minutes ago, sometimes the universe listens to what you're saying. And one of my earliest videos was unboxing and redressing all the Tiana dolls. So I don't think I need to get into too much detail right now. I've talked about Tiana a lot on this channel because she is, everything I collect, everything I've collected for the last 12 or so years has been because of Tiana through one means or another. An American Girl started with Tiana, having Claudie to be part of my Tiana world. And so, yeah, that's probably not a coincidence that I'm ending with the Tiana part of my collection. So here's outfit number 1 is in my favorite one. And I wish if they ever do like a limited edition Tiana, that I hope it's in that outfit, even though I know it won't be. It'll probably be a limited edition version of this outfit, which is her most iconic outfit. And it's the one thing I'll give this outfit is that this is, most fans don't believe this is Tiana's outfit because it's Charlotte gave it to her. The scene that she's wearing in the movie, it's at Charlotte's party and what she's wearing gets ruined. So her friend Charlotte, Lottie, is like, oh, I have just a thing for you. And it's like, yeah, that dress fits Tiana perfectly. There's no way it fits Charlotte because they are not shaped the same. So I like to think that Charlotte had the dress made for her, but she knows that Tiana is too independent and would never take a handout. So it's like, that was, not that she knew she was gonna have her dress ruined at the party, but I just feel like the dress really was made for her. And the funny thing about this outfit comes with little kitten heel shoes, so she's leaning back a little funny. She's not looking right at the camera. And like I said, I've talked about these Tiana dolls extensively in another video. The dress looks great. It feels cheap, but if it's just a display piece, as for most of us it probably will be, it's fine. The outfit, the colors they chose, like these yellows, really bring out the yellow hue in her skin tone. But I don't find she looks the same way wearing blue or anything else. Like I have, as you've seen, I have her in other outfits and she doesn't look this yellow normally. But in this, it looks like there's like a filter over her. But I still love this Tiana doll and I'm so happy she got released. Like, Playline is great, but I would love to have a limited edition one day. And since they don't have a limited edition now, I made my own limited edition, my own version of a limited edition Tiana. And what I did was I took a Claudie doll, because in the movie, or Tiana merchandise, the doll, anything to do with Tiana, she has a deeper skin tone than the... I like the skin tone that they gave the Tiana doll. It's very unique, and I like that it's only her skin tone. It's just that it's not a very Tiana-looking skin tone. And as I mentioned, the dress feels cheap, so I took this Emily Rose dress that's like $20 on Amazon, and I Frankensteined it together with my favorite pieces of this outfit. So what I love about the Tiana gowns is they put this mesh thing up here to cover the cloth body, probably to make it look a little bit more child appropriate, because these dolls are supposed to look like, what, 9-year-olds they would, I think they say. So I like the fact, you know, it makes sense that they would want to cover her body. And so anything that could add more volume to the dress, I added. So I took these petals off from here, added them under here, and this dress itself already had petals, which I think you can see. Yeah, so it already had these petals underneath. So it's like, it's a really, in the dress, in the movie, the dress is very poofy. And I even put Addie and Cecile, it's like the same, what do you call it? The cage under here. I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to like destroy her dress just to show you. But anyway, she's got this, the cage underneath to give it even more volume. And one thing I'll say about these limited edition Disney dolls is I love Swarovski. And back in the day when I used to collect limited edition, the 17-inch dolls of all the princesses, they came with plastic rhinestones on their dress, on their gowns, or their outfits. And I would pick them off and put on Swarovskis myself. So I have a collection of Swarovskis up in my craft closet. So I had enough Swarovskis, even the earrings she's wearing and the necklace, it's all Swarovski. So let me see if I can bring her a little bit closer, just because it's been a long time since I've shown her. And so she's got she's Claudie the doll, and she's got Tiana's wig and eyes. And what else? I put a little bit of glitter on her eyelids and I glossed up her lips just to make her look, because you know how the limited edition Disney dolls, or the limited edition dolls in general, have more makeup. So I just try to make it look subtle, because I don't want her to look like toddlers in tiara makeup, which a lot of costumes have. And people love that, and there's a market for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't like it myself. I don't personally like how it looks. And I gave her, she's holding a frog Naveen from an animator doll place at the Disney store, released maybe like probably 5 or so years ago now. Do I have anything else to say about her? I could talk about her forever, but, you know, I don't even know how long this video is anymore. Does it matter? Nobody's even still watching, I'm certain. So the last doll I'm going to show, it's like with a little bit of an apology. So because the Jasmine that they released, I love the doll. Like, I love Jasmine as a base doll. She's in my collection. I've already talked about her. And I just didn't see Jasmine in that sculpt, in that mold. So I ordered this Truly Me. This is the only Corinne Truly Me, and she is Truly Me 124. Sorry about that. Wearing, I think it's 111's wig. And the only thing, see, when you're looking at medium skin tone dolls on the website, they look darker than when they arrive in person. So she's definitely not as dark. I would like like a shade darker would have been ideal. And if they ever do release a Corinne mold doll, because I think the Corinne mold is perfect for Jasmine. She just, like, to me, she has more so Jasmine's face than Sonali. But like I said, I would just love for her to be a little bit darker. That's all. Because I think the Jasmine doll they released, I think she's a little bit too dark, which is fine. It's still a beautiful doll, but that's just my personal opinion, my personal, when I look at, that's what I see. So I was originally going to keep this for a Halloween costume for that doll to wear, but then it's so pretty. I was like, what a waste that I spent all that money and then this beautiful outfit with all these, all the sparkle on it. So then I was like, let me look for a doll that I can just pretend or make Jasmine in my collection. So that's why she's a little off. She's, to me, an improvement, and there's room for a little bit more improvement, and one day I hopefully will. So now, oh my, if anybody's still here, I would really appreciate if you put a comment, please put a comment letting me know you made it to the end or somewhere near the end, because this was so much work and it's so long, and I feel like nobody, how do I say this? I feel like it's too much. So maybe this version of a long play video is just not a good idea. But if it is, I may tackle something in the future when I've had enough time to forget about all the trauma that I went through to get this done. And I'm going to pull everything away, put all the dolls here so they can do one group shot of everything together. And my original vision for that's not going to work because the shelf that fell out of the wall, what a journey this has been. And the journey's not over because then I'm going to have to spend about a month cleaning everything up. Well, I hope I'm exaggerating, but anyway, so I guess I'll thank you now because I can say it face to face, but then I'm going to go behind the camera to, as I said, film that big group shot. Wish me luck. So wow, first things first, this was so much harder than I expected it would be. And I think it might be somewhat worth it just for this last shot of all the dolls together in one, well, not really one frame because I have to go back and forth to catch everybody. But this is 114 American Girl dolls, and they have been through it for these last couple days, as have I. And they're not set up in any particular order. In the end, it was just get them all into one shot somehow. And I don't know, as I said in the last segment, I think I said this anyway, that I don't know if I'm ever going to do something this ambitious ever again, because it was a lot. And so if you enjoyed this, this is probably the only time I'm ever going to ask for a like, but it's just to know that it wasn't for nothing, because part of me kind of regrets doing all this because it was so much work, and I don't even want to think about what I'm going to be doing for the next month as I get these dolls back in order, because for now I'm just going to kind of shove them all into my display cabinets, fit as many on each shelf as I can, because I just don't want to deal with it right now. After I've slept on it, I'll probably feel better. But for now, whew, this was a lot of work. So hope you liked it. And either way, I'll see you soon in the next one.